All right, so this one's gonna be this is a let's catch up stream. So we have a just a various of topics. Probably just gonna touch on you know PlayStation 5, Pro, Xbox. Uh, what else? What else? What else do I have in the title there? So all right, so PlayStation 5 Pro, uh, Xbox talk. Um, what else? Let me know if you guys can hear me. D Nice, what's up, man? What's up? What's up? How you been? How you been? Um, where's Resident Evil 9? And this is a request that was sent out to me. you know, I, 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 I didn't want to talk about this not on the stream here, but hey, it's a reaction um, stream as well. So we don't just talk about gaming, but we talk about anything and everything. So anything that you guys would like to talk about, we're gonna talk about. But we're gonna kick it off. How you guys doing, man? How you guys feeling? I hope you guys are feeling okay. Man, I'm feeling a lot better with the way things are going here. I've been away for quite a little bit, just to take care of some things, in house. Had to clean some things up, had to work some things out. It seems like the healing process it's working, and we just have to take it as it comes, right? Sometimes we have family issues and things that happen, and you gotta deal with it the best way you can, right? And as long as you have the support system in place to make that happen, and we keep God first, right, in everything that we do, and just make it happen. So I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back to the Gaming and Reactions podcast, and we're just gonna talk, man. We just want to catch up. Just want to give a shout out to all my followers out on Twitter, all my subscribers on YouTube as well. Again, I've been away for a minute just to handle some personal business and get that kind of move back in the right direction. And it seems like we are there. So hopefully you guys can hear me loud and clear. I hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys had a great weekend today. Monday to start off your week. And I know Sunday starts off the week, but hope you guys had a great day and looking forward to a great tomorrow and the rest of the week. So, but let's go ahead and get into this. I hope you guys um, uh, have been keeping up with the news. I'm pretty sure you guys have. But we're gonna start off with some. Yeah. It's good to be here. Let's go, D Nice. Shout out to you, DC. What's going on? How you been? So I just want to get into just some Xbox talk as you guys can see. I'm just trying to filter down, see what's going on with Xbox. Also, what's been going on with PlayStation as well, and start off with some positives and I guess run into some negatives. Who knows, right? So, but I wanted to start off kind of with the PlayStation 5 Pro. So how many of you guys are going to be getting the Pro when it drops? How many of you guys were disappointed with the whole 30th anniversary limited edition bundle, PS5 Pro, when that came out? Because I did voice my opinions and my thoughts and my frustration out on X.com. I really, really, really didn't like the way Sony did that, and it's kind of sticking with me. Even though it's in the past, it's gone. There's nothing that I can do about that right now, but that is kind of lingering with me right now because I really, really wanted to experience that. Right, I wanted to be a part of that, and I I'm not looking forward to the PlayStation 5 30th anniversary edition. I don't want that. I have a PS5 already. Actually, I have two PS5s and don't need the nostalgia with the PS5. I really, really wanted that Pro. I was looking forward to grabbing it. I mean, I was on my phone. I was on my PC, and finally got into finally got into the store on my phone, and it was out. It was gone. I was like, man, this can't be real, right? So maybe if I continue to refresh, maybe it just pop back up, right? Because sometimes, if you do that, you get that add button, you can add to cart and go from there. So I didn't get the add button for there. So then when I finally got in on the PC, then I was like, okay, well, let me check here. It was gone. So I didn't want to believe what was being said at the time. Like, yo, it's currently unavailable. It's gone. Oh my goodness, man. I really, really wanted that. But it's gone. And as you guys can see, or maybe have already saw, there's just a bunch of them out on eBay and other auction sites as well. And it's crazy and mind-boggling. See, I shouldn't be surprised about this, right? No one should be surprised about this. I am a collector, rare collector myself when it comes to video games and stuff like that. So I know what it is, and I know how that world works. But still, I was just like, oh man, let me can I at least get one, right? Just one. And I was hoping to score two, and just to do a giveaway, give it back, and give back, to you guys, et cetera, because that was going to be part of the giveaway that we're currently discussing right now. I don't think we're going to be doing any giveaways for the month of October because of some stuff that we're talking about. But we are going to make up for that beginning in November. October is kind of convoluted right now with other stuff, and and my guys, and they're doing stuff with their families and stuff like that. So I don't want to interfere with that. I understand. I get it. So it's a collaboration thing. So just to let you guys know, yes, the giveaways will be coming back, but just not this month. We're still discussing that, and we're working that out. So we will be back. But I was able to get a PS5 Pro. I really didn't want to get it. I was gonna wait a little later to get it because it really wasn't something that was really big on my mind at the time. Again, like I was sharing with you guys earlier, I was focused on family. Family comes first before anything. I'm not one of those ones that sit around and moat over video game consoles and video games. It's beyond me, right? That's something for other people to do if that's something that people invest their time in on a daily basis. I try my best not to throw, judgment stones out there, but, it's saturated, with that type of stuff. But anyways, I did get a PS5 Pro. So that's, I'm looking forward to that and spending some time with that if nothing else happens, before then. So, did you guys get a PS5 Pro? If you did, are you excited for it when it drops November 7th, or are you waiting for the 30th anniversary PS5 to pick up from one of the retailers like GameStop, Amazon, who else? I don't know if Target was on the list, maybe Walmart, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm gonna pass on that. I don't need that. So, but if you guys did get a PS5 Pro, that's great. If you are gonna pick up the 30th anniversary, let me move over a little bit. If you guys are gonna pick up the 30th anniversary edition, that's also great as well. So that you guys can experience that nostalgia with it. And I think it's only like a 1 terabyte storage that comes with it. Then you get the drive cover, the disk drive cover. Stand comes with it. Then you get some other stuff. I think that's good. But the one thing I shout out to Sony, man. Shout out to Sony and PlayStation. I have to give them, maybe 1 or 2 flowers, with that because of what transpired from that. This is just my opinion, guys. And I think they need to do a better job with their lottery system, PlayStation Direct, which is freaking crazy. It just it just drove me crazy because just like many, I was sitting on there and noticed my time went from like 45 minutes to an hour, or it would get down to like 30 minutes and then it jump back up to like 55 minutes. I'm like, what is this? This is insane. So you would think they would already have fixed something like that, but that's crazy. So, but if you're getting the PS5 Pro, let me know in the chat. And also, um, do you think we should do a giveaway for a PS5 Pro? I mean, we haven't discussed it, but if you guys think we should do a giveaway for PS5 Pro, um, let me know. Let me know, and I'll pitch it to the team and see if. But if we were to do a PS5 Pro giveaway, then it's not just going to be the PS5 Pro. I think it's best if we do the whole thing um, like a bundle instead of just the PS5 Pro. I mean, you get the disc drive, you get the stand, and you get one controller. Because I think the PlayStation 5 Pro comes with, one second, do it when you get, yeah. There's gonna be some rules around that. So.
You get more subscribers.
Absolutely. So I'll pitch it to the team and see what see what they like to do. The thinker, the team, aka your wife, aka the bank. That's right, and Yakuza. Don't forget Yakuza.
Yeah.
We gotta throw the Yakuza in there. We gotta throw Shogun in there as well. Um, who else we gotta throw in there? We have who else? Yasuke. Gotta throw Yasuke in there as well. Um, but yeah. All right, man. Let's move on from the PlayStation 5 Pro. Well, actually, let's see. Let's see what's going on in the land of PlayStation before we jump into. Did I even spell that right? Let's see what's going on in the land of PlayStation, man. Is there any good news or anything worth talking about right now? I know I can go to psu.com and some others, but since I was out here on x.com, let's see what they're talking about. Oh man. Nothing so far. Nothing. Because there's somebody complaining about it. Let's see. Yes. So I did kind of get a glimpse of this. What do you guys think about the ads for the PlayStation 5 UI? Well, that was part of the PS5 UI update. It doesn't really bother me at all. I mean, it bothered, some gamers. So I did kind of skim over some responses and like, hey, this is crap. Why are we doing this? Et cetera, et cetera. I guess it's to each their own. It really doesn't bother me at all. What does bother me is that we can't have our own, backgrounds, and I don't know why they stemmed away from the thumbnail. Like if you hover over, let's say Final Fantasy Rebirth, and you just get Final Fantasy Rebirth shown and not this ad stuff. But again, the ad stuff doesn't really bother me. So let me know what you guys think about that. Or what do you guys think about that? Angry Birds, man. Not Angry Birds, but what is that? What is that game used to call?
Floppy Bird.
Floppy Bird. Is it Floppy Birds?
Floppy Bird.
It is Floppy Birds. Yeah, because my son used to play that a lot. Oh geez, here we go. Um, PS5 Pro 30 anniversary cancellations. Now, I did read something about some people reaching out on eBay to report some of these scalpers um, when it comes to the PS5 Pro 30th anniversary, and apparently it's working. I don't know. Okay, I mean, are they still gonna get the PlayStation 5 Pro anniversary? I mean, all they got to do is just repost it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But I did read something about that, so that's interesting. Um, yes. This here was just to me again a disaster. I thought it was just they could have done better with this. I hope maybe in the future when you have a product like this that's in high demand, Sony have learned from this experience. I don't know if they're ever going to learn from this experience because this is not the first time this has happened. They say, hey, let's fix this. Let's make sure something like this doesn't happen again. And I don't know if they're ignoring it because they are a company that the item has been sold, they got their money. I mean, what do I want them to do? What I want them to do is just at least take it in consideration and be like, look, this. So what are you gonna do when the PlayStation 6 come out? You have a 40th anniversary. What are you gonna do then, right? So for gamers who genuinely wanted one of these consoles, would not be able to experience it at all. We got to look at it from the outside looking in, like, you know. And I haven't seen anyone or read any posts or blogs or anything for anyone who got one, and it's not their fault at all. But shared any empathy or sympathy. Now I had read some posts where, oh, I got one. Oh, I got one, but it sucks to be you. But it's okay. I guess we'll move on. Oh, I remember that day. So nothing really in the land of PlayStation, unless D Nice, you have something that you want to share, or anyone in chat or anyone who's watching. If there's anything PlayStation wise, something behind the scenes that's not posted or something just go ahead and post it. Says not support doesn't know what to. Oh, so this is old news, etc., etc. So there's nothing new there. So we're just gonna jump into what's going on with Xbox, man. Now I know some of you may not even care about Xbox at all, but we're gonna jump into it. So thanks Xbox, love to see this. So they have. Is this true? Is this true? They have the fight. Okay. Oh yeah, this is whatever. These are all the old Final Fantasies. I don't see any. That's not the remake. That's the original. Now this is one of my favorites here, Final Fantasy VIII, hands down one of the best. All these I have played. Holy cow! It's been years, so I only really know these until, to be honest with you, I have to go back and take a look at these. It's been so long. So Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VIII, Final Fantasy 13. Final Fantasy 13 and Part 2. 13 was good. 2 was good. Lightning Returns was garbage. I didn't even play it. These two right here were good on the 360. I played them through and through. Final Fantasy 15 is one of my favorites. And as some of you guys may have know, when I lost my data, my save data to this game, I was so upset, and I replayed this game on stream. I still, jump in it from time to time. Final Fantasy X, another one of my favorites. Okay, Titus and the team was one of my favorite. Lost Odyssey, I never finished that game. I played maybe, I don't know, maybe 30% of it, and it just fell off. There's nothing wrong with the game at all. I just stopped playing it. Um, Zodiac and these online Final Fantasies, I don't play those at all. But that's I think PlayStation has all this, don't it? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think PlayStation has all of these. I mean, if they're just now getting these, and they still don't have Final Fantasy Remake and Rebirth, that's crazy. That's crazy. They need to get those games on the platform so that Xbox gamers can experience those remakes. What else is going on in the Xbox community? Shout out to you guys, man. I really appreciate you guys if you're still here. Thanks for coming in. What else we got? Boom, 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 boom. Look at that. Oh, so they're still really talking about this X. Oh my, I don't understand why this is being a big fuss. Okay, you had Phil Spencer tell the guy, "Oh, the X button should be here." Blah 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 blah. I think they were just having fun, and then you have that really really diehard fan base. They come in, they make it into something, and just throw it out there, dude. This is nothing new. So you can't sit here and freaking tell me that freaking Phil Spencer has never picked up a PlayStation controller. Come on. but the fan base has made it into something. They made it into a story. It's great. I mean, I'm pretty sure he was just joking around and just having fun. But it was good. It was good to see Phil Spencer. It was good to see Sarah Bond with the PlayStation 5 controllers in the hand. Mind you guys, I am why you try to reconnect yourself reconnected. So did we get disconnected? Oh, we did. I don't think we got disconnected there. I think the chat got disconnected. So sorry about that, guys. Probably just a little bit of malfunction there. So hopefully you guys are back. So if there's anyone in the chat, let me know if it's working or not. I did get a message that it did disconnect, so just want to make sure that it's working. So, but anyways, yes. So, yeah, you have, the Switch, you have, the Nintendo controllers, you have the PlayStation controller, you have the Xbox controller. All the controllers to me are great controllers. These buttons have always been in their locations, et cetera, from far as I remember, and it's no freaking big deal, right? But for them to make it into like a story, because some people just go off left field, man, and do their own thing, and I'm like, why make this into something that it doesn't need to be? I'm pretty sure the guy was joking, but again, it was good to see that. Now, this right here, I would love to have. I don't think this was done by Xbox, right? I don't think this was done by Xbox at all. But it seems like they use Xbox Design Lab to create that, maybe. But that right there is pretty cool. What do you guys think? It's getting you ready for Call of Duty, man. Call of Duty. So you have the controller, the case, the mug, and the box that it comes in. So it looks like an Elite Series, as stated on the box. That's pretty cool. Vision is where would we be without Xbox? Okay. Wow. What do you know? Is that why is it still there? This should be at the bottom of the list, right? 2 pieces of white bread, toast settings at 2.5 to an Xbox logo toast. Perfect. Nice job, Xbox. You know, gaming and reactions certified. And I have to tell you right now, my wife still uses the toaster to this day. Okay? Sometimes I will come down and she'll have toast sitting there with the Xbox logo on it, and she enjoys it. So she I mean, it has, she knows how to go in and change the settings, up to, the FPS and all that stuff. So she's familiarized herself with all that, blah 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 blah. So I told her when the Xbox Series X toaster come out, we'll get that, but she was like, "Nah, this is good." So, wow. But this is going way, 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 way back in January. All right, so there's nothing going on with Xbox. Unless I'm missing something. So if you guys know something about Xbox, I know there's other websites out there I can go to, et cetera, et cetera. But we're not going to get into that because we don't want to make this a long stream. I just wanted to, just catch up with you guys, see how you guys were doing, and keep it at a high level. What are the big things that we can talk about? Now, as far as Xbox, we are getting closer to the holiday season, and I am looking forward to hearing from the Xbox team what is going on with the new Xbox console that is coming out. That's supposedly to be to have this high technology, whatever the case may be, et cetera, et cetera. I did read some news on, and shout out to D Nice as well. He did send me some news on Activision Blizzard. This laying off more employees, etc. And it's not good to hear. It's almost like it's I'm like, man, didn't they just lay off like 160 employees like just recently? So they're laying off more. I'm like, how many more employees are they planning on laying off? Now, we talked about this before, and the Thinker, shout out to the Thinker as well. We kind of had a conversation around it, and he shared that, when you have redundancies, of positions, et cetera, you don't really need the extra. So, and it sucks. And it sucks because, these developers, this is their livelihood. This is what they do. This is what they love to do. It's just like with someone in aviation, they love to fly aircraft, et cetera, et cetera. But, it comes a time where you just have to cut. Businesses do that all the time. And, when you have, a situation like this, it really sucks, and your heart goes out to those employees, those developers. Man, like this is it. And this, I don't know, I don't want to say this is all they know, but with some people, they love something so much that is all they do, right? And that's all they deal with. They don't have any other trade. They had nothing. And and once it hit home, you have to be like, man, what am I gonna do now? Yes, there's other gaming development companies out there, that you can put your resume in, et cetera, but and hopefully those employees who did get laid off, Microsoft, kind of found a way to, create opportunities for them. allow them to, you know, explore within and like, okay, well, we can put you, you know, we have jobs over here, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't know what is going on. I don't know what's going on with my chat at all. So if anyone is here and if you're in the chat, if you can give me a thumbs up to let me know that it's working. Um, I just really need to know that it's working. So let me know. I really appreciate that. But I know it's hard. I know it's hard. So if you're just chiming in and gave me any reactions, welcome to the podcast, man. We just finished up touching on Xbox. You know, just catching up. Xbox, PlayStation. I really appreciate you guys being in here. I know we only have like showing we have 5 viewers here, and that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. I really appreciate the love. So let's move on to the next topic. And shout out to all my Resident Evil fans. You know, big ups. I don't know if you guys can see that. You know, the Umbrella Corporation. So, but what I'm looking for is to find me, you know, the Umbrella logo and put it on my car. So when I'm driving down the street, so they see the Umbrella Corporation logo on the car. I don't know. Maybe that'll scare some people and be like, "Holy cow!" Like, yo, is he being serious? Because there's someone who lives in the community, that has a sports vehicle, and he has the Umbrella Corporation decal or whatever it is sticker on the side of his door, and it's off the hook. So I'm gonna be looking for that, and you know, attach that to the vehicle. I am a Resident Evil fan. So where is Resident Evil 9? Okay. Capcom. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I just want to know the chat was working, and it seems like it's working. So cool. Thank you. So where's Resident Evil 9? Now, I know there has been some articles that have come out for RE9, the possibility it may be announced this year. If not this year, you know, next year. You know, I wonder who's going to be the main characters, you know, in RE9. You know, I would love to see a reboot of Resident Evil. There it is, man. There goes my. No, did it go out again? It seemed like it came back. I don't know why. Maybe I need to update my. Maybe I need to update my computer. Okay, it doesn't seem like it went out again. Okay, let's just put it down at the end. So I'm looking forward to Resident Evil 9, the announcement on that. I know Capcom is working behind the scenes and, you know, cooking up something real good for us to sit down at the table and enjoy. But man, you know, I'm just been sitting here twiddling my thumbs like, dude, anything and everything that comes out about RE9, I'm like, oh my goodness, I have to be glued to the computer or somewhere where I can find any information on Resident Evil 9. I'm checking the Capcom website, knowing they ain't gonna post nothing out there, right? But still, I'm looking at Forbes, I'm looking at Bloomberg, I'm looking at X.com, I'm looking on Reddit, I'm looking here, I'm looking there, and I'm like, man, give me something on the next installment because, I mean, you gotta keep it going, right? You gotta keep that good flow, you know, Resident Evil going. So shout out to all my Resident Evil fans. I hope you guys are looking forward to Resident Evil. If you play Resident Evil, put some REs in the chat if you wouldn't mind. Put some REs in the chat. Oh man, now let's talk. Now this was a request. I now we don't just do gaming stuff here, right? Um, Let me just go ahead and let me just get there. Now, everywhere you go, people want to know what is going on with Diddy. I look. I have all flavors of popcorn. I don't even like how I said that. Pause. Pause. Another pause. I look. I am sitting back like most people, and how this is going to turn out, I have no clue. Okay? We are all sitting back waiting to see how this is all going to show up. It's YouTube is saturated with this stuff. Everywhere you go, there's Diddy this, Diddy that, Diddy do it? Diddy did he not do it? It's just everywhere. And I'm gonna give you guys my reaction on this, okay? Rome, well, this Rome, I believe, is gonna be burned to crisp. Okay, based on all the information that has come out. There's people that has been speaking out. Individuals like Jaguar Wright. There's been other, rappers in the industry that has talked about it before. You have Diddy's old bodyguard, Gene. He's been doing interviews, etc., etc. So it seems like a lot of people within the music industry are voicing their opinions and their thoughts around this. And if you guys can remember way back when a lot of conspiracy theories had come out, in regard to, Hollywood, in regard to the music business, there's been a lot of corruption, within those industries. And, I guess rightfully so. And because there have been some that come out and say, hey, I told you so. I told you so. None of you guys didn't believe, but I told you so. So me being the one, I'm optimistic with it, right? I'm like, hey, you can't put anything past anybody, right? I mean, I have to be honest with you. I've seen some videos with Diddy. I don't know any male on this planet will call another male daddy. Pause. Who does that? So I'm listening. I was watching I think it Drink Champs. With Nori, Diddy, Fabulous. Who else was on that interview? I mean, not interview, but Drink Champs. Jadakiss. Was there anybody else? I think it was just them. And then he made a comment about partying with Fab. And then he was like, no, we really haven't partied. So you can read the vibe in the room. I mean, they look uncomfortable. Kiss was just mellow. Kiss was like, it's almost like you can read what he was thinking. He was like, oh shit. Kiss was like, is this really happening? I'm just gonna, focus this way. But you can tell that Fab was uncomfortable. He was like, man, we just party, man. What's going on? And I was like, yo, this is, I mean, Diddy's really doing this. What's going on? And you guys know 50 Cent, 50 Cent is a clown. I mean, it's just like perfect ammo for him. I mean, he's been trolling for quite some time. So, and then I think he's working on a documentary or something like that. I mean, the Diddler or whatever. Did he do it? Did it or whatever it's called. I am definitely going to be checking that out once he's done with it. Um, and I did sit down and listen to Jaguar Wright, you know, and I did some research on her credentials, right? And as far as her being within the music industry, where did she plant herself, right? So she pretty much kind of laid it all out to everybody. This is you know who I am. This is what I witnessed, et cetera, et cetera. So that was mind blowing. I was like, holy cow, man. I mean, she actually seen a lot of this stuff. This is or know about a lot of this stuff. Um, yeah, some people have came out and saying that she's cuckoo or whatever, et cetera, et cetera, and and that's just it, right? When you start to come at people like that, uh, and then when stuff like this happens, then what do you say, right? You start to scratch your head like, oh shoot, maybe seems like she was right. I'm like, what's going on here? So, man, I see this whole thing. I don't know, and here's why. Here's why. Well, let's talk about one of the elephants in the room, right? The 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lube. I don't know if I can say that here. Anyways, 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lube. There, there is no reason why the FBI would confiscate 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubrication if that's part of it. But 1,000 bottles, that's insane, right? Unless they did not suspect something. Okay? They had to suspect something. I don't know if you guys ever seen the show Locked Up Abroad. Um, there was a show that we watched, me and the missus watched recently, where this guy he had like 20 to 30 bottles of shampoo or some body wash or something, and it was like a clear liquid or whatever, and they placed them on the floor and they brought the dog in. The dog in sniffed, sat down. Then they brought in a little drug test kit and then bam, popped with drugs. Man. So you would think they would just take photos, right? Well, okay, we're just going to take photos of the baby oil. We're not, it's relevant to the case because if it was used, you know, um, in conjunction, with whatever they was doing to commit whatever crimes, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, great, great, great. But to confiscate them all, you know, I'm pretty sure they are suspecting them that, the baby oil may be laced with drugs, like a liquid drug or GHG or whatever it's called. And that stuff soaks into the skin with it. So they put on their baby oil, then now they're out of their mind or whatever and don't know what's going on. So it makes it kind of, uh, maybe hard for them to consent to whatever they're doing. So if Diddy was, if he was smart, if he was smart, he would have put thumb drives in the hands of several people, because we all remember the Epstein matter, right? I don't believe for 1 second he committed suicide. That was a hit. He didn't commit suicide. That's garbage. That's baloney. That was a hit because he didn't have any evidence. He didn't have any way to come back to whoever. If he was about to sing or blow the whistle, there was nothing he can come back with, or he may have had something, or they didn't want it to get out. They was like, hey, take him out. Because think about it, the people that's up here that has built what they have built, they're not going to let one person bring all that down. Because I'm telling you, if that's the case, humanity would just come to a halt. It would just literally come to a halt. If Diddy, again, if Diddy was smart, he would have put thumb drives in the hands of several people, right? Several people. And if he was being threatened and wherever he's being held right now, because you know they have people in jail right now. They probably already said, hey, this guy, he's in for life. Let's talk to this guy. So they're on standby. I guarantee you. And all those who are that really run this country, right? They have control of the media. They have control over social media. They have control over, corporations and industries. They already planted themselves. It's a cover-up. It's a freaking cover-up. So if you're going to say that Diddy was a FBI informant, that some of the, rappers who know him said that he was, and then Jaguar Wright said that he was as well, he's probably already given names to maintain his status, right? And then I'm pretty sure some of those FBI agents and, again, like politicians, et cetera, come on, at those parties, those freak-offs, they call them, come on, man. So what they did was, this is my conspiracy theory, they walked in, confiscated laptops, freaking recording devices, cameras, whatever they could get. And those politicians or those high-ranking officials said, hey, is there anything of me on there? I want that. Bring that to me. Give it to me. Or I'm going to do this threats. I'm guaranteed it's a cover-up. It is a freaking cover-up. But again, if Diddy was smart, he would have thumb drives in the hands of at least 2 to 3 individuals and said, hey, if you guys come after me, I'm bringing Rome down with me. Period. You want to threaten me? You want to take me out? Great. Try your luck. Oh, did you make copies of it? Did I make copies of it? Enemy of the state. Did I make copies of it? You guys want to take me out? Go ahead. Take me out. Because once you stick that thumb drive into like a server or something and it goes global, man, humanity will come to a freaking halt. And just imagine waking up the next day, you go downstairs, you get your coffee, you get your bagel, you get your cereal, whatever you eat for breakfast, your grapefruit, right? And then all of a sudden you sit on the couch, breaking news go across your screen, and you see one of your favorite rappers, you see one of your politicians, you see one of your favorite movie stars on TV. What do you do? What do you say? All you can say is, oh, your phone go to ringing off the hook. Like, yo, did you see that? Yo, did you see that, man? Yes, man. And yes, I'm going to admit, I'm going to. Yeah, before we get to that, yes, the whole Epstein was a cover-up. Come on, guys. There can't be anyone that's living on this planet, not even the Pope himself, can say that they believe that Epstein freaking hanged himself. There's no way. No way. It's all a cover-up. When it comes down to Diddy and Kim Porter, I mean, we talked about that way back when. I'm like, man, I don't believe Kim Porter died of that. That makes no sense. You know, that she just all of a sudden died of a whatever it was. Um, and also there was others that just mysteriously disappeared, or they died of a disease or something. What's going on with Jamie Foxx? Has anybody heard from Jamie Foxx? That's crazy. That's crazy, because I remember when they last interviewed him, they asked him what was it, and he said that he was going to come out with something. I don't know, to explain what it was. I haven't heard anything from him. That's crazy. This go way back to Kanye West when he was going on his rants. I'm like, man, is he really crazy? I don't think Kanye was crazy. I think they really got to him some way, somehow, and it's starting to pan out. Maybe a lot of the stuff that he was ranting about is true. What's going on with your boy Justin Bieber? Oh my goodness. We all know about Usher. I'm like, Usher, man, you might as well just come out, man. If you got done in the duty hole, you got done in the duty hole, man. It's not... Diddy's not on trial because he's homosexual or he likes men or whatever the case may be. That's not what he's on trial, or he's going to be on trial for. What he's going to be on trial for is what you guys already know, with the sex trafficking, racketeering, and, you know, any criminal activity that he committed using his business, et cetera, et cetera. So, some people would say, oh, okay, he had 1,000 bottles of baby oil. What is that about? So I'm like, okay, well, yeah, they maybe suspect that it was laced with drugs, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, dang, man, you just got the key to the city. Now the mayor wants it back, but now he's under investigation. What the H is going on here? What is up with, you know, I just recently heard about Mary J. Blige. A rite of passage? Of course, I mean, I can understand, you know, people get into these industries and it's overwhelming and you want to be a part of it all, you know, and you're like, holy cow, man, and then blah, 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 blah. Claim they got video of her. And then, I don't know who this Danny boy is, but apparently they did an interview with him and he said that he was 16 years old when Mary J was flying him out to New York. So I don't know. You know, this is a sticky situation. So I don't think Diddy's gonna come back from this at all. If the U.S. Attorney General has the evidence, and they know that they have the evidence to present before the court, and you really think that these people who really run this country is going to allow one man to bring them down? It doesn't matter what Diddy's status is. It doesn't matter where he comes from. It doesn't matter who his dad, who his peeps are, or who he has around him. It doesn't freaking matter. When you have high-ranking officials like politicians and, I don't know, the Bilderbergs, the Rothschilds, or whoever the case may be, you really think they're going to allow one man to bring what they do down? It's not going to happen. It's a cover up. That's why we really don't ever hear anything about it in the news, because they already set people in place. So those who are in control, the media, they already told the media, you're only going to talk about this, and this. You'll talk about it, you know, how we want you guys to talk about it. Okay? They don't really talk about it. You have to go online here to YouTube to see all this stuff. A lot of people, you know, with their conspiracy theories and et cetera, et cetera. I don't know how they're collecting their information. Me, I like to go to the horse. I like to hear it from them, the people themselves who was a part of that, who have, you know, maybe seen it, et cetera, et cetera. And it's just interesting. It's just right in front of our eyes, guys. It's a cover up. Some people may not believe me, but it's a freaking cover up. They're trying to confiscate anything and everything that Diddy may have had You know, because if they have been recorded without their consent, you know, they want to make sure, hey, you know, can you see if I'm on? You never know. You wake up the next morning, then you see the Obamas. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yep, the Obamas was at a freak off. Holy freaking cow. The Clintons were at a freak off. Holy cow. Hopefully I don't get. Anyways, the Bidens at a Diddy freak off. Kamala at a freaking freak off. Politician McConnell at a freaking freak off. You never know what's gonna happen that day that you get up out of your bed and you get on your couch and you be like, holy freaking cow. Are you freaking serious? And then you have celebrities. There's talk about who? Kim Kardashian helping Diddy blackmail people, and et cetera, et cetera. They claim to have video on that or recordings on that. That's crazy. I don't know if you guys are Kardashian fans, but that is freaking insane and just crazy. And if we want to move on, you know, they're talking about, you know, the possibility of Jay-Z's involvement. I wouldn't be surprised. Because think about it. Who at the top? Your Oprah Winfrey's, your Jay-Z's, right? Those who have high status. Have any of them come to Diddy's aid? Have any of them come to Diddy's defense? Any of them? Your boy Russell Simmons just got served in Bali. Oh my goodness. Russell Simmons just got, but he's coming back, but he got served on some other stuff. But I don't know if there's some affiliation with this or they're trying to get him back in the country so they can snatch him up too. Because there's been talk that Diddy has been groomed by these people. Russell Simmons, Clyde Davis, Leon Core, whatever his name is, and some others, that he was groomed by these people. So if Diddy wanted to stay where or be in a position that he's in and wanted to stay there, he had to assume the position. Now I don't know what positions those they were, but he had to assume the position. That's why he's doing these things with, you know, this is according to Gene, his bodyguard. This is not coming from me. This is coming from his bodyguard. If you guys haven't seen his interviews, this is crazy. This is crazy. And they're saying that Usher groomed freaking Justin Bieber because Diddy couldn't get Bieber at the time. That's how that video surfaced, because he couldn't get him. So Usher got him and managed him, did the song with him on his album, and then Diddy, here you go. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just me speaking based on you know, what others are saying here. So and I believe Justin Bieber had done some interviews as of late. I just don't know. And the one thing that does get me though is, I don't know if you guys saw the video of Diddy. I think that was Odell Beckham Jr. and Justin Bieber and I don't know, some other people around there was in the club, and it looked like Justin Bieber was down. I don't know if he was sniffing drugs or whatever he was doing. It looked weird, and then he looked up at the camera. I'm like, what the hell is he doing? But, you know, some people are like, man, this looks like an innocent video to me. I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, you know, to each their own, however you look at it. But this is crazy, man. This is insane. I can only imagine this is going to be one for the books. This is history in the freaking making. Shout out to Cat Williams, man. I gotta give a shout out to Cat Williams. He clearly stated that in 2024 that lies will be exposed. And here we are. in 2024. I was gonna reach out to Cat. Can you give me the lottery numbers, man? I'm like, what's going on, man? He clearly stated that it was lies were going to be exposed. A lot of people were going to be exposed. And I know you guys may have seen the interview on Shay Shay. I don't even want to say Shay Shay. That sound gay. Pause. That interview with you guys know what I'm talking about. Shannon Sharp. And the part that got me was that when he said that you gotta tell him no. He's like he had to turn down, I think it was 4 times. He had to turn down $50 million 4 times to protect that virgin whole. Cat is off the hook, man. I'm like, because when I saw that interview, I was like, nah. I mean, I knew about the whole Diddy thing, but I'm like, dang, man, try to get you 4 times, $50 million 4 times. That's insane. He was like, you got. He's like, Diddy be wanting the body. You gotta tell him no. You gotta tell him no. Crazy. But you guys know, like I know, whatever that's in the dark will soon come to light. It will come to light. There's only a matter of time. Some people may have taken it to the grave, but we don't know about the spiritual side. We don't know what's going on that side. If those who were able to get away with it and take it to the grave, we don't know what's going on that side. Some people like say, oh yeah, they answer to God, they're in hell, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. You don't know. We just don't know. But, while you're here on this planet, this here is crazy and insane. There was an interview with Aaron Hall. I'm like, dude, are you serious? I mean, he's sitting there. Look, whatever your preference is, if you like men, you like men. If you're a man and you like men, then you like men. If you're a woman and you like women, then you like women. It's whatever your preferences is. It has nothing to do with me. That's your business. That's your choice, your decisions that you make in your life. That's what you do. Okay, that's what you do. I'm going to go the other direction. I'm going to respect you as a person, but I'm not going to accept that way of life. Okay, you keep that to yourself. You'll drink out the red cups that I put out. When we have our get together, I put your name on it. Like, hey, here's your cup. You shouldn't have to question why I do that. I'm like, come on, dude. Let's be real here. Okay. I'm pretty sure you would do the same for me. I'm like, dude, you know what I'm saying? You got a special cup for you. You drink out of that cup throughout the rest of the evening. Don't touch anything else. Don't touch any other. Don't drink out the bottle. Don't do nothing. You drink out of that cup. I'm going to be watching you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be watching you. Okay. I'm just being honest, guys, but the diddler, it's going down. We're going to hear about it soon. It seems like Diddy wants to testify. I don't know what he's going to testify against. That's the interesting piece of it. So he, according to his lawyer, he wants to testify. So I wonder if he's going to start singing. I wonder if he's going to snitch. Maybe Diddy was smart and said, hey, I planned this all out just in case I get hit up. Okay. And I believe 100% when they threw out that bail package, that his lawyer knew that Diddy was not going to come back from this. He had to know. $50 million, dude, $50 million? Let that sink in. $50 million. I think he paid off his properties, his mansions or whatever. I don't know, his yacht jets, whatever the case may be. But $50 million. Just imagine if you was the bondsman $50 million. Did you say $50 million? He's willing to get $50 million to get out? Come on, man. So with bail being denied, and here's also another thing that I think, in order for the public to not see the humanity that is Sean Combs, they have already painted this picture of him as being a monster, right? So deny him bail so that he doesn't tamper with evidence or tamper with, witnesses, or, try to off somebody and blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. I just think that's what it is. So he's already been painted as a monster. There's so much stuff that's been put out on social media, also YouTube, that continues to paint that portrait of him. It's like, dude, the seed has been planted in the minds of people. Oh, dude, he's a monster. He's done all this? That's insane. I wonder who else have done this stuff. The Oprah Winfrey? These people, like an Oprah Winfrey, right? I can almost guarantee she was at a freak off. She was at a freak off, but she has people on her side that can help her escape this. I'm telling Jay-Z too as well. Because, there's nothing you're going to be able to plan on Jay-Z. The only thing that they're talking about with Jay-Z right now, because of his affiliation with Diddy, but they're talking about Aaliyah, they're talking about Foxy Brown, they're talking about Maya, they're talking about some others that, when they were young and he's responsible for Aaliyah's death. There's ties between, him and Diddy that are responsible for Aaliyah's death. And some other stuff. And Jaguar Wright said that he's the worst. And that what got me interested, because she was like, he's worse than Diddy. So I'm like, dang, Jay? I'm like, Jay-Z, a lot of people look up to, and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what? No, not Hove, right? We'll see. So they are already positioning themselves right now to get to separate themselves from this whole Diddy mess. And once those powerful people have already confiscated what they need, they're gonna move on. Because think about Epstein. No. Think about Epstein. Think about it. I'm pretty sure a lot of these people don't visit Epstein Island and did whatever, blah, blah, blah. But guess what? Epstein is dead. He's gone. But none of those other people, the Oprah Winfreys, none of them. It's a cover up. They're covering up, right? That it's a distraction, and they're covering it up right now. That's just my conspiracy theory on this. Let's go to the chat, guys. I know I've been going on and on and on. So I wanted to get you guys' thoughts and your opinions on this whole Diddy matter. I know I'm being a little extra and animated, but let's talk about it. So the thinker says, not the diddler. D-Nice says, in no video they said he hanged himself. Yes. He hanged himself. Are we really going to believe that? If he hanged himself, somebody did it. Somebody did it to make it seem like it was a suicide. Where's his wife? Has there been any news about his wife? Because I know she went to jail. I don't know if she's in the same prison or whatever, but whatever happened to her? Don't hear anything about her anymore. Did they move her? Is she still in the same? It's weird. The thinker says, hopefully this will be the wake-up call society needs to stop idolizing celebrities, stop breaking the first commandment, people. But there will be people out there that's going to just going to still idolize these people. This is sad. This is freaking sad. Sad, 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 sad. And others were probably like, oh, well, who are you guys to throw stones? Of course I'm going to throw stones. I don't do what they do. And if the evidence is there to prove that they did it, they did it. I'm throwing all kinds of stones. Oh, who are you to pass judgment? Well, don't let the judge pass judgment then. If they have the evidence to prove that he and she did it, then what's the point of the freaking judge? If one gonna tell me not to pass judgment, then the judge can't pass judgment. It's evidence. We pass judgment all the time. All the freaking time. I'm not saying Diddy did anything. I don't know nothing. I'm going to be in the same boat as a lot of people when it all comes out and the evidence is presented before the judge. And once the evidence has been presented, come on, man. I hate to put this on here, but that's Meek Mill on that freaking recording. It sounds like Meek Mill. I just don't understand how he's denied. I'm like, dude, unless he blames it on AI technology, and that's another scary piece, because now you can use, but I think that recording was way, way, way back when it dropped and no one believed it. And now this whole Diddy case comes out and then it resurfaces. That sounded like Meek Mill on it. I was like, yo, what the hell am I listening to? What am I listening to? This is crazy. That's, again, if you like men, you like men. And Diddy has been transparent with it. You got French Montana sitting on the other side of the table with his shirt off, and you singing happy birthday to a grown ass. And you got on a robe. You got on the robe with your freaking, and whatever that's in your hand, and you singing happy birthday to a grown ass man. Make that make sense. Please, someone help me. Make that make sense. There's no way I'm singing happy. I'm not even gonna let another man sing happy birthday with his. You in a bathrobe with your chest out, and I'm sitting across the table with Mike. No, that's not how we do business. We invite people over, family, friends, have birthday, party hats, birthday cake. No, you're not going to sing happy birthday to me and you, the only one in the crib, and we're in that space, and we got our shirts off, and come on, man, that's suspect. French Montana, come on, dude. Pimp C was correct. And you guys know how it turned out for him. If you guys know Pimp C in the hotel room, come on, man. He was right. He was like, I know these, and he didn't even say any names. He didn't say any names. That's crazy. Yes, so hopefully this is going to be a wake-up call for people. Humanity is not going to have any confidence anymore. So let's say, that's why I said if Diddy was smart, he would have somebody ready to push the button. Because if he didn't, and these people have already confiscated the recordings and et cetera, to protect their freaking, Diddy's done, man. He's already looking at time in prison. So he can sing all he want. He can sing all, because if they already have the evidence, they already confiscated the evidence, he has no evidence, just like Epstein, to prove. He's not going to be able to prove it. Oh, he can't say, oh, well, Obama was there. Where's your evidence? And now they're going to come after Diddy for what, defamation and all other kinds of stuff. They're going to come after him and like, nah, he's lying. He has no evidence to prove it. That, you know what they're going to say? He's crazy. They said the same thing about freaking Kanye West. Crazy. They said the same thing about some other celebrities. Crazy. They said the same thing about Roseanne. Crazy. They said the same thing. Come on, man. These people crazy? I don't know what they put in their drinks. It may seem like they're out there, but I don't think they're really just making this stuff up to make this stuff up. It's surprised that they're still here because they don't want to put themselves in the spotlight that, hey, they're disappearing all of a sudden, these celebrities. It would make sense. Why go after them? Let's just let the public pass judgment on these people, make it seem like they're crazy. They're just complaining. They're just butthurt. They're freaking upset that their career had failed through the freaking floor and blah 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 blah. That's why that's just my thinking. They just let these people hang themselves and let the public judge because they have no evidence to back it up. But now Diddy can bring down the music industry and Hollywood. He can bring it all down right now. Period. And then a lot of people are gonna finally open their eyes and be like, holy cow. Holy freaking cow. And I voted for that guy. You see your Lindsey Grahams, your Mitch McConnells, your Ted Cruzes, the Shah of Iran, the Queen. And that would be a shocker if you see the Prince, if he got recording of freaking Michael Jackson. What is going on? Just again, imagine waking up the next day, breaking news, you see your favorite R&B artist or your favorite rapper, your favorite pop singer, your favorite TV show host, your favorite politician, Harry and Meghan, John Legend and Chrissy. Just imagine waking up and you see it for yourself. I think they're going to throw Diddy under the bus. I'll be shocked if he get away with this. I'll be shocked if they come back and say, "Hey, we're gonna take Diddy with us. We're gonna set it all up to make it seem like he's free." Oh, we didn't find any evidence. We thought we had evidence or video recordings, et cetera, but that's not what the U.S. Attorney General said. We have the evidence. We have recordings. Bam. Now, we don't know if they got to the U.S. Attorney General and said, hey, give me that. I want that right now. And send out threats. Because you guys know the people that run this that really run this world, dude, they can come after you. I'm just saying, they can come after you and like, okay, and threaten you. Like, okay, if you don't give me that, I'm taking your whole family out. And you. Period. Kids and all. These people don't care, man. It's crazy. So it goes to think that, are these people really doing this stuff? Are they really freaking sex trafficking kids? You know? Are they really, having sex with kids? Are they really doing all this devil ritual stuff? Is that stuff really, really going on? Whatever's in the dark is coming to light, man. D-Night says, the video Diddy checking Justin Bieber for wires. I saw that video. But that video was old, though. I don't think that video was... I think that was before Justin Bieber came out in his first... I don't know. I have to go back and see it, though. That I thought that video was debunked. It was old. I don't know. I have to go back and check it out and see. But if that was the case, that cause I saw the video. Yes, it looked like he was checking him. It looked like he was checking him for wires and like just want to make sure that you ain't, trying to hook me up and blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? And but I thought it was debunked. But maybe that's what it was though. Maybe that's really what it was. And that's crazy. I mean, I don't see, I think they ruined Justin Bieber's life, man. Poor kid. Poor kid, man. Poor kid. You know? And I am well, it's not on me. It's not on me. It's up to Justin. Okay? To come out and say, hey guys, you know what? But you got to be careful though, right? Because I'm pretty sure a lot of these celebrities have been reached out to. I'm pretty sure there's been threats. There's it's a part of the cover up. There has been threats. I guarantee freaking to you, there has been threats. Shut up. Don't say nothing, or we're gonna come after you. You don't say nothing, or we're gonna come after you and your family. There's got to be people probably getting paid off or threatened. That's why we haven't heard anything. We're not hearing anything in the news at all. What's on the TV right now? Election. What's on the TV right now? What's going down on the East Coast with Helena? I think that's what it's called. What's on the news right now? Israel and what they're doing. What's on the news right now? Oh, Biden has just signed another $2.4 billion to freaking Ukraine. All that money, and I digress, all that money has gone to Ukraine. America would have been great right now. There wouldn't be no homeless. There wouldn't be no nothing. All the money that has gone to Ukraine, they're funding the war machine. And that mysterious, I think, either billions or millions of dollars that went to Iran or whoever it was that mysteriously appeared in their account. I'm like, damn, are you serious? So we have their account? How did that money mysteriously just, oh my goodness, we wired money to by mistake. Why even say anything? None of that makes sense. Let me do 180, come back. It's crazy what we're going through right now in these times. Okay, I'm not going to be no conspiracy theorist and say, oh, it's the end of the world. No, I'm not holding up no sign. Things are being exposed. And if it's done the way some people hope for it to be done, humanity will come to a halt. I'm telling you, it's going to come to a halt. It's too close to the elections. I don't know if that's going to tie into what's going on. It's too freaking close. There's too much going on, too much chaos going on. And with this, I think they're not going to let it happen. They're not going to let Rome fall. It's just not going to happen. That's going to be my conclusion. I'll be shocked and amazed if it does. But Hollywood's going to continue on. The music industry is going to continue on. It's going to continue. Unless there is a thumb drive ready to go. And all they got to do is hit the play button. You guys know about the dark web. All they got to do is hit the play button, let it go. It goes global. Humanity will come to a stop. I'm telling you, it's going to be insane. It's going to be chaos. It's going to be freaking chaos. I don't know to what extreme, but it's going to be to chaos. This is crazy. You know, the amount of witnesses. We'll see. We will see. The thinker says, Holly weird. You know, a lot of these celebrities have come out and said they have signed. It's kind of weird though, you know. Why would they say these things? Right? some of the celebrities that come out that do their interviews and say, hey, this is what goes on in Hollywood. We heard about the whole the Nickelodeon freaking thing but we don't know how much they left out of that Nickelodeon special, with these freaking, was it Nickelodeon? I think it was Nickelodeon. We don't know how much they left out from that. We don't know how many NDAs were signed. We don't know how many of these, celebrity kids that grew up, if they were threatened, et cetera, and like, hey, don't say nothing or we're gonna come after you. It's starting to become clear now. If you want to be a part of this industry, if you wanted to have a career in this industry, you have to assume the position. You have to assume the position. You could be a spark. You could be like, oh man, yo, we have to control that. You can come out and be one of the freaking most upcoming freaking rappers, and it goes viral. Guess what? You got to answer to the top. You got to answer to the freaking top. Oh man, yeah, that's fire. That's fire. However, if you want to, do you want to have a career in this business? Of course, you're gonna say yes. I'm like, shoot, I'm hot right now. Blah blah blah. Everybody's loving me because these people wants to stay here. They don't want anybody going beyond that. They don't want anybody going beyond that. This is just me talking, okay? No one else. That's the way I'm seeing it. So, okay, assume the position, or I will ruin your career. You could think about it, guys. Some of these musicians that we don't hear from anymore. Where have they gone? Like, this is insane. I'm like, this is crazy. It's crazy. Assume the position. D-Night says, sent you a video, laugh out loud. This has been happening for a long time. Check your messages. All right, let's check it out, man. Is it okay? Let's check it out. Let's.
Diddy Jr., tell him about the freak off. Tell him about the freak off. Tell them the trouble.
Whoa. Wait. Is that Neo? No. Before we play this, hold on. This has got to be doctored. This is AI. I don't believe this. Is that Neo though? That looks like Neo. Let's play it.
Tell him about the freak off, Diddy Jr. Diddy Jr., tell him about the freak off. Tell him about the freak off. Tell them the truth. Tell these people the truth. Oh, shut the fuck up. You don't give a fuck about none of these kids. Do y'all see a fucking picture in his house of a fucking kid? He don't care about these kids. All he care about is doing drugs, drinking alcohol, fucking these hoes. That's what you care about. So let's go. I'm a Diddy bop the fuck up out of here. You and your freak off. You can get back to your freak off in a minute. You'll be next. You'll be next. Your stories will be coming out next. Tell them about...
Yo! This is what I'm talking about, guys. Oh, that looks like Neo. Am I right? If this is true, oh my god, this is what I'm talking about. If this is true, right? I wonder if he witnessed, because I mean it's a freak off, right? But I wonder if he witnessed, the criminal activity that was going on. Because if he just at the freak off and they just doing whatever, blah 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 blah, then you can't really. I don't think you can really come after him for that. So if he's out here messing with women at these freak offs, or if he getting done in the duty hole, or he doing somebody else in the duty hole, I mean, all they could ask him, well, okay, well, did you consent to it? You know, did you consent to it? If they consented to it, then they consented to it. They can just, I mean, what else are they gonna get him for, right? Unless it was, criminal. Now, if they have, video footage of him participating in criminal activity at these freak offs, then they can go after him. But other than that, that's just me thinking like, okay, freak offs, blah blah blah. They have these parties, after midnight or whatever, blah 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 blah. Okay, great, fine. Y'all do your thing. It's the criminal activity is what Diddy's gonna be on trial here for. He may get subpoenaed to come in and blah blah. Because if they got him on video, they may call him in to question him about what he has seen, et cetera, et cetera. But if there's no criminal activity going on, then they really can't. I don't know how they can go after him. All they can pretty much do is question him on, what did he see? Did he witness Sean Diddy Combs do this and do that? Did he know about the sex trafficking? Did he know about the racketeering? Whatever the case may be. Was there any drugs and stuff like that going on? He's gonna say no. He's going to say no. And I'm pretty sure a lot of other celebrities that's gonna be coming in, they're gonna say no. So we get a front row seat to sit back and watch how all this plays out. They're gonna say no. I guarantee it's almost guaranteed that they're going to say no. So, but that I have not seen this one. That's crazy. That
About the freak off, Diddy Jr. Diddy Jr. Tell him about the freak off. Tell him about the.
is that Neo though? It's hard to tell. Can they play this video in court and he says, nope, that ain't me? It looks like him.
Freak off. Tell them the truth.
Yeah. And he's been very dismissive with this too. He's like, why?
Tell these people the truth. Oh, shut the fuck up. You don't give a fuck about none of these kids. Do y'all see a fucking picture in this house of a fucking kid? He don't care about these kids. All he care about is doing drugs.
The location. Where are they located? This doesn't even look like a Neo house. Right? I may be wrong. I'm just, dude, never mind me, guys. But what's he playing? Is he on PlayStation or Xbox?
Do y'all see a
What is that? Because it looked like he has a controller in his hand.
fucking picture in this house of a fucking kid? He don't care about these kids. All he care about is doing drugs, drinking alcohol, fucking these hoes. That's what you.
Doing drugs, drinking alcohol, and effing these hoes. It looks like he has the controller in his hand, so I'm not sure if that's Xbox or if that's PlayStation. I don't know how old this video looks. I mean, you don't have a better camera? I mean, what were you using, a Nokia phone or something? What is this? But it does look like Neo to me. So, wow, that's what I'm saying. Breaking news. Here it is. So we get to sit back and I just have I have a feeling that Diddy's going down. We know that for a fact. Diddy's going down, the Diddler, whatever you want to call him. Diddy do it? Yes. There it is. They got the information. So it depends on what the U.S. attorney has. It depends on what they have when it comes to evidence. So if they have evidence where, you know, someone like Neo gets on the stand and said nope, 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 but they have video footage or they have recordings of him stating such and such or doing such and such, I'm like, dude, damn, you got caught in 4K, man. Hey, I don't know what to tell you, player. You know, do you take your Neo CDs and throw them in the trash, or do you keep playing or listening to the Neo music? Because it sounds, well, we already know about the whole Usher, so, you know, with him burning and the NDAs, you know, with these women, et cetera, et cetera. So you can't even listen to Usher songs that way anymore. Let It Burn. And I'm like, dude, every song that comes on, I'm like, oh, shoot. You can't listen to it the same way no more. I'm like, dude, that's messed up. And then by you going to Diddy's flavor camp, I'm like, dude, how can you sit there and say that you will never let your kids go to one of Diddy's flavor camps, but you groom Bieber? Why would you do that to Bieber? That makes no sense. You handed Bieber to Diddy on a freaking platter, but you wouldn't do that with your kids. I would be surprised. I would be surprised if Justin Bieber comes out and say, "Hey, forget it. I'm telling everything that happened to me, to him." He says, "Send you another video." There's another one. Oh man, you getting all the news, man. Where you getting your? Oh, I I saw this one. I think we seen this one. Yeah. Yo, this is great. But thanks, D-Nice. Yes, we seen this one. Actually, I sent this out to the to my boys, to the Thinker and some others, because when I came across it, I was like, yo, this is. I think it was posted on 50 Cent's Twitter page. That's where I came across it. And I was like, yo, 50 found this somewhere and he is clowning. Whoever did this, dude, did a wonderful job. Dude, this is, oh my goodness. There's like no flaws in this whatsoever. None. So you got Diddy and Meek. Didn't Meek Mill offer like what he say he was willing to offer $1 million or something if somebody can provide proof that he made out with Diddy? I'm like, come on, man. Come on, dude. Come on. Ain't no real gangster. I don't care. Dude, ain't no real gangster that you can't make this up, right? I don't care if you lose to any event. You're not gonna sit around in a freaking, you dressed in freaking a tennis outfit and you hopping around like a freaking bunny rabbit. No, I'm not making that deal with nobody. I'm like, Meek, are you serious right now? Are you serious? So you put on for your city. You from Philly. Philly cannot look at this and agree to this. I watched that video. I said, no freaking way Philly is agreeing with this. Beanie Siegel, Cassidy, freaking my two guys. There's no way that they are saying, yo, this is my man. Get out of here. Get out of here. No. This right here is hilarious. I appreciate that. One more time. Hold up. This is hilarious. Can I 540p? That's fine. Oh man, I gotta go take a shower now. This is freaking disgusting. This is great. And I have to find that Cat Williams stand up. Um I have to find that. I have to find it because he did do a comedy show just recently, so I have to find that. Oh man, so what do you guys think, man? Um, what do you guys think about all this? How do you guys feel about it all? Do you think Diddy's going down by himself? Do you think he's going to sing and bring others down with him? Um, do you think it's a cover up? Uh, man. There's so many ways to look at this and draw your own conclusions and opinions and thoughts. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not surprised, based on all the stories that have come out before, all the interviews and especially when you're in a position like that of power, it's really hard for like a lot of the women to come out and and share with the rest of the world what they have gone through. And and all it takes is one, right? And we know about Cassie. Cassie came out. I guess that gave other women the courage to come out and tell their stories. But yeah, there's many stories in the past, just like, yo, that's crazy. And for Kanye West to say that Diddy is a FBI informant, oh excuse me, on Drink Champs, that was a shocker. I'm like, really? I didn't even think that far, right? So I was like, oh snap. So if that is true, then geez. But you wonder what he has done. What if he was part of the freak offs? Because there's, even though there's videos of him, with Diddy and he's associated with those guys, doesn't necessarily means he's been there. But who knows, right? Who knows what evidence the U.S. attorney has? Dame Dash had come out and did an interview, kind of clearing his name and said, hey, he did not know, in so many words, that because he separated himself from that. He always liked to, do his own thing based on what he was sharing in his interview. And I mean, there's just so many, man. Ellen, and this goes back to what's my guy name? The dancer on Ellen DeGeneres show, right? Because they're saying that Ellen was at these parties, at these freak off party. I wouldn't put it past it. I mean, isn't she married to a woman? But there's conspiracy theories coming out now that they don't think, I forgot my guy's name. Man, what's his name, man? Jeez. Saying that he committed suicide. So some people are coming out saying they don't think he committed suicide. They think if he did commit suicide or anything like that, he had some evidence on what was going on with that. So I'm like, yo, that's crazy. He said the way he blinks his eye kills me. Yo, every single time. It's perfect. It's whoever did that, flowers. Tip my hat to you. GameStop put the pick of the PS5 Pro, so we might get some news soon. The PS5 Pro, so they're not doing that behind a paywall, right? So you'll be able to go to GameStop and why do I have my turn my caps lock off? PS5. Let's see if I can just type it in. PS5. I don't know what I did there, but okay. There it is. So is it behind a paywall though? Because it's I mean, do you have to have a pro membership to get it? Get a free pro membership. It seems like you have to have a pro membership to get one. That's not cool. Why would they do that? I may be wrong. I may be looking at it wrong. So I hope that piece of it's not true. I think the pro membership is what, only like $25 though for a whole year. I mean that's fine if they're trying to tackle the whole um, scalper thing. But scalpers, with the technology that's out today, there are some scalpers that are very, very organized, right? So they can get around this stuff. I mean, if they can get around the capture system for freaking PlayStation on the PlayStation site, which I believe they've done, I believe these organized scalpers that know what they're doing, they can get around this pro membership thing, and then you go on eBay and there's like 100 sitting in somebody's garage. So that would suck. So, but it seems like you have to have a pro membership. Again, I may be wrong. I believe it's for the 10th of October. Yes. Yes, so October 10th, right? Oh, he says, yes, you need to be a pro member. Well, there you go. So you have to be a pro member to jump in there and try to get yourself a PlayStation 5 Pro. So I hope it works. If I mean it's $25, yes, for a year. Some people are probably like, yeah, I can do $25. I really want this console, and they jump in there and hopefully they get a console, right? But I still have a feeling that the bots are already going to prepare for that in a way. And I'm pretty sure they're genius with it. Whatever bot they create, they stick it in, they'll be able to plant that bot within that pro membership application some way, somehow. Some way, somehow. I don't know how to do it. I just have a feeling it may happen, and then they snatch up these consoles like crazy, because you got to think about it. With GameStop, I don't know how much they're going to have up at one time until it says currently unavailable, and then they come out on X.com and say, okay, we're going to restock at this time. We don't know what their stock looks like. So, and what about Best Buy? And what about who else? Amazon. Are they going to be doing the same thing? Are they going to have a paywall set up? If they're going to have a paywall set up, I don't know, man. I don't know what subscriptions or memberships that you have to have with Best Buy. If that's the case, I understand what they're doing to try to battle the bots. But if there are organized bots out there, they're gonna get around that system. One way or another, they're gonna get around the system. Prove me wrong. And I hope everyone who's trying to get a PlayStation 5 Pro gets one. You saw all those controllers they got back. Yes, yes. But I don't know. We don't know if that was true though. I mean, they provided no evidence. They just said that they recouped the ones from scalpers and resellers. I mean, you can't. How do you take back purchases from resellers? How do you do that? You can't just cancel. Like, if I was to purchase this console from GameStop and I decide to go out on eBay and sell it, you can't take. How are you going to cancel? You can't cancel my purchase. I mean, how do you cancel my purchase? You're talking about a suit, man. You really talking about a suit? You cannot. Why? Because it's mine now, so I can do what. That's why I mentioned what I said. Out on X.com. I mean, yes, you hate to see these consoles go up for like freaking $3,000 to $4,000 to $5,000, or whatever the case may be at that time for that specific item. There's nothing we can do about it. I mean, what can I do about it? The console belongs to them, and they made the purchase. So you would think GameStop will honor that purchase. So why are you going to take my purchase back from me? So the scalper part, the bot part, I can understand, but the reseller part, I don't know about that. I will be on the phone with GameStop and like, what are you doing? You canceled my order. I paid you guys. So I want my item back. He says, I believe they check in email with pro accounts. Oh, so you had to have a pro account for the controllers as well? Oh, I didn't know that. So I wonder how they were able to distinguish between a human and a bot, because it's kind of sophisticated. I was reading up on it. It's really hard to kind of, unless you had some newbie, that just threw it out there and then be like, oh, yep, that's a bot, that's a bot. Unless they reached out to Elon Musk and said, Elon, we need your help. Can you send your team over so we can get these bots out of here and get these controllers back? So I wonder how they did that. And if they did do it, PlayStation, take note. Reach out to GameStop and ask them how they did it. Reach out to Elon and ask them how they do their stuff. I don't get it. So, but that's cool though. That's cool. So hopefully, come the 10th, if you're looking to acquire this console for a better gaming experience, I hope you are able to get one. So, cool. That's cool. Cool. Give it to me, baby. I am going to get a copyright. I'm going to get copyright claims, man. I know it. So once I get the copyright claims, I'm just going to go in and hopefully I don't get a strike, but if I get the claims, I'll just go in and mute the music from the stream and whatever, man. But that was hilarious. So Diddy would die in jail. See, for like stuff like this, I don't. Is any of this true? You know, it's hard to tell. You know, when people are talking about this, unless there has been, you know, reports in the news, like, okay, this happened, etc., etc. I don't even bother listening to it. I want to listen to this.
The diddler. This is what's going on, man. I got a lawyer right here breaking down his indictment.
All right, I don't know this guy, so shout out to who's this? Urban Legends Will, what? Urban Legends Will Evans. So let's listen to this,
Talking about the whole situation.
and hopefully he doesn't talk through the whole thing.
Let's just listen to what he has to say. This is Robert Sparks. He breaks it down really well. I thought he did a great job talking about it. Let's listen to him first, and then we'll come back and we'll start getting into the latest updates. They're saying that, you know, there's some tapes going around Hollywood right now that Diddy is on, or that somebody more important than Diddy, more high profile, is the article with the article quotes. Let's talk about this lawyer. Let's see what he's saying about Diddy right now. What he thinks about the indictment.
I believe they do. The last time I checked, they did. So let's go and check. PlayStation Direct. Oh, I gotta sign in. But I believe they do, though. Pre-order now. What's this? Oh, no, let's empty that. I already have mine. Why is it still in the cart? I don't know, but oh well. But yeah, it looks like it's still up for pre-order, and right for. I don't understand why some people thought that this console was gonna sell out. That made no logical sense at all. Like, why would you guys think this console was gonna sell out? I mean, it's not like, I mean, the console has a time frame to be in before the PS6 comes out. So they're gonna have to make enough to have some in stock, just in case. You got the holidays coming up. Then you have the 2025, which is right around the corner. So if they have first party titles coming out in 2025, that's gonna help sell the console even more. So why would you sell out? Why would people think that it was gonna sell out the first day? That made no sense to me. To me, it didn't. So, but it looks like it's still available. Let's see if I can go forward with it. It looks like I can go forward with it. Continue. No. Continue with payment. Then I put in my little number. Yeah, it looks like it's available. So if there's anyone who can't get it on October 10th from retailers, they just go to PlayStation Direct and get it. to me personally, I'll just go ahead and get it from PlayStation Direct while it's available. It's here if you have the funding to purchase it, and you're waiting for October 10th. Just get it from here and just be done with it. I mean, at least you know that it's coming from PlayStation, and then you don't have to deal with GameStop or Best Buy or any other retailers just in case something happens and you get a cancellation notice saying, "Oh, we had to cancel your order because there was too many ordered, blah, blah, blah." Just get it from here. It's right there. Grab it and be done. Or if you're just waiting on to get your monies up and you're just going to wait till the 10th, that's okay too. You know? It's available.
What he thinks about Diddy's bail package.
So I want to hear what this guy says.
Into the latest report, and then we'll get into Usher. Check this.
Usher indictment against Sean Combs, aka Puff Daddy, P Diddy. Well, this case is going to go the same way as R. Kelly, and what I mean by that is look to the fact that there will be no plea. Sean Combs is going to prison, and it's just a matter of how long. Why do I say that as a former prosecutor? Because when you look at the indictment and you read the specifics of it, the U.S. government, the U.S. District Attorney's Office, the U.S. prosecutors, what they've done is they built their case. 6 months ago, we saw Sean Combs' properties get raided. It's outlined in the indictment. I say that because a grand jury has now just released a racketeering conspiracy charge against him. Why is that a big deal? Grand juries typically consist of 12 jurors who's already heard evidence viewed in the favor of the federal prosecution, meaning the U.S. Attorney's Office goes before at least usually 12 jurors to say, is there enough here for us to bring an indictment, i.e. charge, in this case, Sean Combs. So they've already got a little preview.
Okay. Then there it is. So if that happened, let's just play it.
of the evidence. And they said, yeah, it does. And not only that.
So he's explaining why Diddy is not coming home ever. He's explaining that for the feds to even get this case, he's basically explaining to us that it's an open and shut case. Diddy don't even have a chance, this lawyer says, and he's a former prosecutor. So he's formerly, he used to put people in jail like Diddy. So he's explaining why Diddy is never coming home.
Multiple counts, creating a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. Now, that's a huge deal because what we know from the last 6 months after they raided his properties, they were looking for videotapes, they were looking for phone calls, they were looking at any physical evidence to put this together, and it looks like they have it. What's the difference between the feds and the state? State attorney's office, i.e. local, you get arrested, local police department, sheriff's office brings the charge to the prosecutor's office, they review it, and they move forward, meaning they still have to build their case. Here, when you're talking about a U.S. attorney, they've done their investigation. It's different at the federal level. When they charge you day one, they're going into court and saying, we're ready to go. The only plea, in my opinion, is going to be conditioned upon Sean Combs going to prison. It's going to be sit.
That's crazy. You got to think about that. What he said was the feds, before they even bring charges to you, before they arrest you and charge you with anything, they got all the evidence they need. He said on the state level, it's a lot different because on the state level, they don't have the evidence yet. They arrest you and then the district attorney starts running around sending people out there to get evidence, to find witnesses, but they'll put you in jail first. He said federal level, which is what's going on with Diddy, and he got Kelly on the screen right now. He says that on the federal level, they arrest you after they have 99% of the evidence. And we broke this down previously where I told you guys they have been investigating. I showed you guys the articles and the indictment on the previous live stream where they've been investigating Diddy since 2008.
I hate to put this out there. Take that. I heard that they moved Diddy to a different location. Correct me if I'm wrong. But if he's still in the same location as where Kells is, all I'm saying is that, hey, there's no lubrication, there's no baby oil there. I wonder if they have R. Kelly singing the R&B song. Never mind. Let's keep moving.
So they've been compiling information about him since 2008. They've been pretty much putting the case on him, putting a case together for him since then. So that's very interesting information.
Sitting right there next to R. Kelly. And why? Because when you look at this, they reference and they talk about the witnesses that they have. Hotel workers, people from his businesses, friends, associates, sex traffickers. They don't plead with this type of specificity when it happened. Supervisors, security staff,
get the likes up,
and go
hit the like button if you're just coming in, you guys. The like
what he orchestrated to match the racketeering charge. That means for 6 months, the feds have at least done their homework. The U.S. attorney had enough to take it to a grand jury.
See, this is what I'm talking about, guys. Earlier. So if they already done this 6 months earlier, according to what this former prosecutor is talking about, they already, I do believe this is a cover-up. They already, scrapped through the evidence. So if there's any FBI agents, if there's any politicians or anybody at the top of the food chain, whoever you want to throw out there, Oprah Winfrey, freaking Jay-Z, whoever's at the top of the food chain, they already got the evidence. I mean, they already scrapped it. They were like, look, this is just me talking, my conspiracy theory. They already took it. It's gone. But they just let the evidence stay with that's involving Diddy and some people or whatever the case may be, because they had to have been investigating this for a very long time. Okay? They had to have been. I would be shocked if we get first-hand front row seat of freaking people that we freaking wouldn't even think is in these videos or recordings. He says, traded the OG PS5 with a few games. They gave me 505. So you ready to go? Well, we still need 200 more. Mostly all my games are digital. Yes, all my games are digital as well. So that one article was very interesting about, owning, your digital content, et cetera, et cetera. So that's crazy if they push that California law where it has to be spelled out that, hey, you do not own this. You have a license for this content or this digital content, but you do not own. So why am I going to pay $70 to $80 for, for a game, just to have a license to it until it expires or whatever they decide to take it down, et cetera, et cetera. Now I'm out $80. You see what I'm saying? That makes no sense. So that's going to, again, kind of force people to read their terms of agreement, terms of use and agreement, and be like, hey, I just want to get down to that paragraph that makes that statement. So if that's what they're, if what the governor is signing into law, or whoever is signing into law, and say, hey, companies, you have to be clear to the purchaser, like, hey, you don't own this content. You only have a license to play the game, et cetera, but we have the right to take it down, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm not giving you $80. I'm not buying this game. I'm just gonna do a subscription service. It's gonna force people to do gamers to do subscription service in California. And think about the publishers and the developers out there. They're gonna be like, wait a minute, how's that gonna impact them? Because when gamers start to go into subscription services, they're like, I'm gonna move to Texas. I'm gonna take my team and we're gonna move to Texas, or we're gonna move to another state. This is no. They're not gonna want to deal with that. And then a lot of gamers are not gonna want to deal with that. When it comes to physical media. I mean, you gotta download the game onto your system. You have to download it nowadays. Now there are some games that that you can play, whatever, blah blah blah. But again, I noticed with Black Myth Wukong, when I went to when the new patch came out. Now this is digital download of Black Myth Wukong. It would not let me play the game without doing that update. I was like, wait a minute, hold up. I played other games where it will prompt you saying, hey, do you want to continue without updating? And then it allowed me to play just a few games that I've done that with. But then Black Myth Wukong, it wouldn't let me do it. It gave me the option, do you want to continue without update? And I said, yes. And then when I went in to play it, it says, you cannot play this game unless you update the newest patch. The newest patch to the game. I was like, holy cow, that's crazy. That's interesting. And nowadays, we all know that, these companies are starting to steer away from the physical media. And if they do continue with the disc, you have to download your game onto the platform. And hopefully you can play the game without updating it, with new patches and et cetera, et cetera. And we all know for a fact that these games come in broken. They come in broken. You got glitches here, you got glitches there. So they put out these day one patches, or they put out patches later to fix the game. So you have to go in and freaking, if you want to, download those patches, et cetera, et cetera. Again, will they, while we're sleeping at night, will they sneak that in? And hopefully we don't read the terms of agreement, right? And then when you go to put in your physical media, you can't play the game. You'll be like, whoa, wait a minute. They're doing this with physical media as well? I can't play my game. What's going on? I should be able to play offline. I should be able to. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Maybe I'm reaching. I could be reaching, but that's how I'm looking at this. They're going to lose money by, yes, they're going to lose. Dude, you know how much money is going to be left on the table? I don't understand. That's what I'm talking about. So if they come out with this law and it pushes gamers in a different direction, where they say, what the H with it, then I'm just going to go to a subscription service. These developers are going to be like, whoa, wait a minute. Hold on. Unless they find some way to have them a part of it and be like, hey, yeah, you're going to, no, that's not, no, we don't want that. No. I don't know. Maybe they're contracted out to the developers and say, hey, well, it's going to continue. They're going to pay $80 for the game or whatever if they decide to buy it from the store, but it's going to be a licensing, But you still have to spell out that, hey, you do not own this game. That's the big piece of it right there. You have to spell it out. That's where the money is going to get lost. Right there. Gamers are going to go to subscription service and be like, okay, great. That's going to help out Game Pass. Microsoft will be like, yay. Numbers going to go through the freaking roof. Also with PlayStation, Plus, subscription services are going to go through the roof. And that could be another reason for, digital-only consoles moving forward. They, these companies may look at that and like, oh, that's how we can get to digital. That's how we can get these subscription services up, these numbers up. Right here. We'll spell it out to them. And I wouldn't be surprised if they do it in such a way where they put it right in front of your face. Because how many people actually sit down and read the terms of use, the terms of agreement? Who actually sit down and read all that stuff? Not a lot I don't think anybody really does that. So I'm just going to leave it at 99.99% because there's always that 1% that actually does it. But if they put it right in front of your face and you actually see it, like, holy cow. Or they may just put it in the agreement and not let you see it. But either way, they can go both ways, right? They may just leave it alone and just sneak it in there. And then when you come back and say, Ubisoft, I purchased this game, blah, 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 or Sony or Xbox, I purchased this game, blah, 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 and now I can't play it. You know what they're going to say? Did you read your terms of agreement? We sent out the terms of agreement update on such and such date. Did you read it? On a paragraph such and such, it states that you do not own, you only have a license to play this game. We have the right to terminate this game at any time of our choosing, blah, 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 which means all content of the game, blah, 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 blah. That would be ridiculous. That would piss a lot of gamers off and they'd be like, you know what, the hell with y'all. The hell with your freaking, you're not getting another dime from me unless you go into a subscription service. That's how I'm seeing that play itself out. A lot of money is going to be lost. You are absolutely right.
The grand jury has come back and said that, yes, criminal acts were committed. In my opinion, don't get it twisted. Even Puff Daddy doesn't have enough money to make this go away. Keep in mind, the U.S. government, U.S. Attorney's Office is the biggest, strongest, the wealthiest law firm in the world. He's not going to buy his way out of this. In my opinion, as a former prosecutor, they're not going to accept a plea or a fine. He's going to be looking at prison time.
They're not even going to, he said they're not going to accept a plea for Diddy. So Diddy can't even come in and say, yo, I'll plea out to 20 years right now. Nah, we don't want to plea. We wanted to send you to jail, bro. I see the lights moving up. I appreciate you guys hitting that like button for me. I see them moving up. Somebody in the chat, make sure you're policing it if you can for me. If you're a regular.
When and for how long? That's what his defense attorney is going to do. You'll hear him in the press. He'll come out. They'll plead his innocence, innocent until proven guilty. We get it. But when you're a defense attorney and you look at the possible
hit the like button
who can bring it together. And by the way, those civil claims that he settled don't mean anything. That those non-disclosure agreements aren't going to apply to a criminal charge. And why do I say that? Because the feds are going to say, hey,
that's very. You know, I was just talking to the thinker about this. That's crazy. Because we was actually just talking about this. When it comes to NDAs, if you have somebody sign an NDA, right, and then there's criminal activity that takes place that's relevant to the NDA, then it should make that NDA non and void, right? Because that's not within the NDA that you signed, okay? Because it's not spelled out that you're going to be doing criminal activity. If that makes sense. So I mean, no one's going to want to sign an NDA with criminal activity spelled out in it. It's like, nah, I'm not doing this. I'm not going to jail. Are you crazy? So if it wasn't spelled out, then they're going to sign away, but you committing criminal activity that's relevant to that NDA, then like, oh, shoot, then that should make the NDA non-void. Therefore, they're going to subpoena you and bring you in as a witness. Let's see what he says.
Very important. I'm going to rewind what he just said right here. I want you guys to really catch this. This part is extremely important because Diddy has a lot of people on NDAs. So a lot of people were worried, like, how is it gonna be possible for Diddy to go to jail when he got all these people on NDAs? So that's very important what he just said. He said that the NDAs, the federal government are throwing the NDAs that Diddy has with different people that could be witnesses. The federal government is going to throw those non-disclosure. Those are going out. That's crazy. So if you have an NDA with Diddy, you work for Bad Boy, it doesn't even matter. The federal government can still call you as a witness. That's what this former prosecutor says.
Don't mean anything. That those non-disclosure agreements aren't going to apply to a criminal charge. And why do I say that? Because the feds are going to say, hey, that's great for your settlement. And it says it's a non-disclosure, but guess what? You're going to be my first witness.
Wow.
And you are going to testify.
Wow.
And does he really want to have a trial and air this out nationally? But this exposure, you cannot take this in front of a jury because they're going to leverage him. They're going to give him a plea, but if he goes the distance, then he's going to get hammered. At the end of the day, I think this indictment is too specific. It goes for too long, and most importantly, they have too much evidence, too many witnesses for him to get out of this thing. I think you can look. One of the biggest icons in the hip hop world is going to be doing prison time.
Wow, this kind of validates what I was talking about earlier. I don't think Diddy's he's not coming back from this. They're going to throw him under the bus, man. I think he's good. And it's going to be a shocker to a lot of us because while we're sitting down and, you know, if the world's not completely on fire and we're sitting on our couch and we're watching this, don't be surprised if, you know, some of the witnesses get up there and throw him up under the bus. Because it's crazy because I don't think they're going to, unless they let the witnesses know, say, I don't think they're going to do that. It wouldn't make sense to do that. Let the witnesses know that, hey, well, we have evidence of you. They may take them in an interrogation room and say, we have, you guys know how that stuff works, man. They sit down and they try to, you know, get you riled up and scared and blah, blah, blah. And like, okay, yeah, we got evidence of you, blah, blah, blah. You can write your statement here, blah, 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 blah. If you was part of it, you guys know. We've seen this in the movies and stuff like this. I'm pretty sure it happens in real life. I've never been to jail or anything like that or been in any trouble, but this is crazy. I mean, you guys heard it here. You know, it doesn't seem like he's gonna come back from this. Again, I believe the cover-up has already happened or it's still happening, and again, they're not gonna let one man bring down what these people are doing up here, these high-ranking officials. They're not going to do it. They're not going to care what status he's is. They don't care if his name is Puff Daddy, P Daddy, whatever you want to, Diddy, whatever, the Diddler, whatever you want to call him. They're not going to allow one man to bring down that whole operation because what it's going to do, it's going to bring humanity to a halt if this information gets out there. And again, we're sitting on the couch and you get that breaking news. Your favorite artist, your favorite person you looked up to. I mean, think about, you know, Bill Cosby, right? America's dad. No one saw that coming. I didn't see that coming. Shoot, I woke up and like, yo, wait a minute, what are we talking about here? That's crazy. Then you got the whole R. Kelly thing. I mean, that was kind of freaking, you know, a little obvious. But no one really, I can't speak for everyone. I guess I can only speak for myself. I didn't think that, you know, nothing was really going to come of that. You know, a lot of these young girls, they go into these freaking concerts and then they go behind VIP and they do all that crazy stuff and blah, 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 blah. We all knew about that stuff, right? But damn, R. Kelly gets hits up. They're like, yo, this is crazy. I think he's done. According to this guy, you know, we're kind of on the same page with our way of thinking. I think he's done. I mean, if he's not eating and all this other stuff that they claim that, he's not doing, et cetera, et cetera. I just don't know how he's going to be able to. I think it is in their best interest to move him if they didn't move him, but that was the word, that they did move him from that prison so that he can be in some sort of a state of mind if he does decide to testify. If not, he's probably gonna be out there like, yo, I don't know if they're gonna be able to put him up on the stand if he's in that state of mind. And oh my goodness, so I don't think this guy would come on here and say the things that he said if it wasn't true, or what could potentially happen, with Diddy's case. So, what are you guys' thoughts, opinions on this whole matter? It's going to be a front row seat for everybody, and he's they're painting him into being this monster. He's still human in my eyes. Trust me, I'm not condoning any of it. I don't know what's true and what's true and what's not true. Again, the U.S. Attorney has the evidence. We'll get the opportunity to witness this case. I'm pretty sure it's going to go live for everybody to see. And we'll get the opportunity to see the witnesses as they come in. I'm pretty sure it's going to be some high-ranking celebrities. And my thing is who they are. We can talk all day about the Kardashians. We can talk all day about whoever, whatever. Will we see like an Oprah Winfrey up there? We won't. I guarantee you. If you don't see any of those top celebrities up there, that should be a telltale sign that they have already covered up those individuals, because they want to continue to have those individuals up there with them to keep us here. They keep us here. Period. Doesn't matter what race you are. They keep us here so that they can continue to stay up here and continue their operations. I'm telling you, Diddy is done, according to him. So, all right. So what are we saying here? He's done. Yes, I think he's done. 50 Cent making a documentary on Netflix. Also, yes, he is. But also, what is he gonna have in that documentary that we already don't know? So 50 Cent is being an opportunist right now. He's an opportunist. He's going to take advantage of that, and he's going to get a payday. He's going to get a payday. He's going to be laughing all the way to the bank. And some of us already know the relationship between him and Diddy. He's been very transparent about that, doing some of the interviews he had with the Breakfast Club and elsewhere. So I'm not surprised how Diddy is moving with this this whole thing. So he's about to get paid. He is about to get paid, which is crazy. So am I gonna knock a hustle? No. I can't do anything about it. Make your money. I'm pretty sure others are probably doing the same thing. They're gonna want this story. This is huge. This is freaking huge. Okay, depending on how this plays out. It can play out here, where everybody is like in shock and awe, right? Or it can play out here, where everybody is like, what the? I mean, a different type of what the, that no one has never heard before. What in the living is going on? Because you have to keep in mind, I don't know when his trial starts. Is it October 3rd? Isn't it right around the corner? But anyways, how this is going to impact the elections. We have the elections coming up, right? So if there's any politicians in any of that evidence, it doesn't matter what side, Democrat or Republican, Republican or Democrat, both. Independent, it doesn't matter. The people are going to be like, what in the H is going on? People are going to start to lose faith in the elections. They're going to start losing faith in politicians. We already know they're going to start losing faith in Hollywood and the music industry, but it shouldn't come to no surprise to a lot of us. It shouldn't. It's like, dude, this has been talked about for years. That the Hollywood and freaking the music industry is freaking, there's people at the top of the food chain. If you want to make it in that industry, assume the position. And the dirt that goes on behind closed doors, behind these curtains, we would never know about. But we will get the opportunity now to see it for what it is. And will some of these celebrities come out and start talking about, their experiences more, like some has done in the past? Some of those well-known, celebrities from Hollywood and the music industry, and how they're both connected, and we'll just have to wait and see. So 50 Cent is taking this to the bank. He's taking it to the bank. Can't nobody knock him for that. He's having a good time right now. A good time. And here's what I'm afraid of, though. Here's one of my fears. I think 50 needs to be careful. I think he may want to be careful. Because apparently he's getting this information from somewhere, somehow. And I don't think he's going to put anything in that documentary that's going to exploit people up here. I don't know if anybody has reached out to him and said, hey, we heard about what you're trying to do. We heard about what you're trying to do. Oh, well, I won't put that in there. My man. That's all I'm saying. I'm just trying to be realistic with this. I mean, because this is big. So it's crazy. Everyone here in New York is done. The police commit. Dude, the mayor. I'm like, oh my goodness. Dude. Whatever they're okay, I don't remember what the indictments are. But it's interesting. After he made the comments in regard to the migration issues and and you're from New York, right? He made the statements about the migration issues. Now, I don't know if that's really going on, but he did mention that that New York is going to be in such a huge deficit because of the migration issues, and they're gonna have to do hiring freezes, et cetera, et cetera. And this is something that recently just came out of Chicago. It's the same thing. So I don't know what's really going on. Maybe New Yorkers can, if you're from New York and you actually see that stuff, like illegal, immigrants are really they're really putting these illegal immigrants in these places and giving them money and all this stuff. That's crazy. That is that to me that's almost like treason, man. That's going against the, we're Americans, and we have to go through this and this and this and this to be able. I hate when they say American experiment. I'm like, damn, we're being experimented on. I never heard the American experiment ever until it was mentioned just recently. American experiment. What the hell are you talking about? But to do a 180 and go back, I don't know. I hear it on the news. I hear people talk about it all the time. But if it is happening where, and this came from the mayor himself, who's like, hey, we have this immigrant issue here. I'm like, yo, and then right after that, boom, like a little bit after that, dude, what did you do? I'm like, holy cow. Some weird times, man. Some weird times we are living in. I'm telling you. It's like I said, Cat Williams, he came out and he said it. 2024. Watch what happens. So, man. Yep, it's happening. They're getting all this money while people are living in the streets. And this is crazy. You gotta call a spade a spade. It is what it is. I mean, if you don't have to like what I'm saying, but it's fact. It's fact. You're giving all this money to Ukraine. I don't understand that. It's like every month you wake up, oh, we just approved freaking $2.4 billion to Ukraine. Oh, we approved freaking not just the money, it's a combination of money and resources. I'm like, how much are you giving to this guy? What are you doing with it? I'm like, come on, you guys are funding the war machine. It's a business. It's always been a business. But we can't even take care of our own. We can't even take care of our own. So if it does come to light that these high-ranking people are doing this sex trafficking and all this criminal stuff, having sex with kids and prostitution and all this stuff, eating babies, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that they're talking about. If that stuff is all true, what are we here for? That right there is messed up. And these are the people that come out and give these interviews, putting on this facade that, hey, America is we're strong together and we do this and we do that, blah, blah, blah. Come to find out you're part of the whole thing. That's crazy. It's just madness how they can print money like that and just give it to Ukraine like it's nothing. I'm like, wait a minute. This is insane. And a lot of people out there are not freaking educated. The Federal Reserve who regulates the Federal Reserve? If anybody can find an answer to that, let me know. From what I understand, the president appoints the chair at the Federal Reserve. From what I know, I could do my research to confirm that, but I'm pretty sure I read that a long time ago, that the president appoints the federal chair, but no one regulates the Federal Reserve Bank. No one. So are they printing money to give to these, to give to Ukraine? I'm like, come on, dude. Are you serious? There should be no one in this country hungry. There should be no one. With all the money that they have given Ukraine, America would be good right now. You might as well give everybody a freaking $1 billion. If you're going to give all that money and resources to Ukraine, that's blood money. That right there is blood money. And if it is tax money, I didn't agree to that. So you're going to take our tax money and turn it into blood money so you can use to kill other people because they have it. That's crazy. That's how I look at it, right? I don't pay taxes for you to give to other countries to use in war time. I pay taxes to help better this country so that we can live a prosperous life. You know, all of us. That's what I'm thinking our taxes go into that purse for, to help better this country, to help feed the hungry. You know, whether it's children, men, women, you know, going to programs, et cetera, you know, to help better the human race, period. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get off my soapbox now, man. It's mind-boggling. And there's people out there that stands with Ukraine, that are ignorant to what is really going on behind the curtains. The freaking propaganda machine, which is the news, they're only allowed to give you what they want them to give us. They plant the seeds in the minds of people, okay? They tailor to the ignorance of the people to think that this is what's really going on. This is, oh, I stand with Ukraine. Oh, I stand with Israel. I don't know if anybody heard that speech from Netanyahu. If you can't read in between the lines, Netanyahu pretty much told anyone who comes against freaking Israel is going to feel it. Period. And they still running with that bullshit ass narrative. Oh, we have the right to defend ourselves. But yet at the same time, you know exactly what the hell you're doing. You're trying to wipe these people off the map. Period. We saw what happened in Gaza. Oh, yes, we have the right to defend ourselves. Dude, there's ways to do that. There is ways to do that. I've served in the military. I've been around. There's ways to freaking do that, to handle business. But you kill all these people in Gaza? But you're gonna run with the oh, they have the right to do. Of course, you have the right to defend yourself, but not like this. You're killing, you know exactly what you're doing. And now they're moving up into Lebanon. Oh, to the Lebanese people, this fight is not with you. It's with Hezbollah. You know exactly what you're doing. And so you plant the seeds in the minds of people thinking that's exactly what it is, but it's not. I don't understand why people don't wake up and see that crap. They're creating division against Israel and the Palestinians. They're creating division. They shouldn't even be going against each other. They should be going after these freaking crooked ass governments. That's who they should be going after. You governments are creating a divide between us, and a lot of people are dying. Guess what? Netanyahu is still alive, right? He's still alive. A lot of people died. How are you going to go after one person? Oh, we got intel that there was one freaking general or a freaking high-ranking official at the hospital, but you're going to freaking bomb the place and kill all those people for one person? Make that make sense. They know exactly what they're doing. These crooked-ass governments, they know exactly what they're doing. And then you're going to put up maps. You're going to put up maps during your speech. oh, apparently this is a holy war. According to Netanyahu, it's a holy war. Here's the blessings and here's the curse. The green is the blessing. The black is the curse. You guys know exactly what you're doing. You're killing these people. And then you're using, we have the right to defend ourselves as a scapegoat. And now people are divided even more. They are divided. They're blaming each other. They're blaming the other sides while these government officials, I don't know, I may get canceled for this. I don't care, but that's the way I freaking see it. And it's effed up. They will have their day. This is the rotten apple. Man. New York, New York. If you can't make it, you know what I mean. Yup, it's happening. They're getting all this money while people are living in the streets. Is it? Now, I know California is bad. Me and the missus and the kids have witnessed it. Okay? I know Cali is bad. I did not want to believe it when they had it in the news, man. It is freaking horrible. Now, I don't know if New York is starting to become like Cali. That would be crazy. Send that money to food banks, after school pro. Yes. Let's better our schools. They talk about the streets, the schools. I mean, here it's every single freaking school year. We're always hearing about schools in Baltimore that have no air conditioning. So I'm scratching my head like, what is really going on? Why are we sending the kids home from school because it's so hot and there's no air conditioning? Didn't they talk about this the year before last, the year before that? And they're still talking about it. So you guys can't find funding to... It doesn't make any sense. And then when you talk about these casinos, they haven't blasted up on their freaking website. Oh, the money that they received, they put it back into infrastructure, and building schools and building roads and stuff like that. Dude, are you freaking serious? It makes no sense. So where's the tax money really going? It's our money, right? Where is it really going? This is crazy, man. This is crazy. And then, you know, they would look at somebody like me and say, dude, you crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. It doesn't take a Stevie Wonder, you know what I'm saying, to see what is really going on here. And these people, and it's right before people's eyes, and they're just blinded to it. And they would say, oh, you have no proof. No shit. We would never know the truth. Because they would not allow us to get to that point to get the truth. They won't, it's not going to happen. And it's in plain sight. The truth is actually in plain sight. Just follow the money. Just follow the money and follow how they move. It's bad in New York. It's gotten worse. Wow. So is that only in Manhattan? Is it in the Bronx? You know, Brooklyn, the boroughs? You know, that's crazy, man. That is crazy. All right, so we know what this guy is saying here. All right, let me check my message here. All right, Zubitech. 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 All right, All right, so reservation only for those who meet all the following conditions. Apply for a PlayStation Network or Sony account in Japan. What is this? Is this old? Yeah, this is old, right? This is new? This is new. You just sent this to me. What? Wait. Whoa. Wait. What did I just do? No way. So apply to PlayStation Network with Sony account, register in Japan, apply for Sony food. Oh, this is old. Wait a minute, this is old. 2014. Register in Japan. Oh, okay. I'm reading it wrong. Okay. February 24th to Thursday, September 19, 24, 25. Either PS4 or both parties have a total start time for 30. What? Sony account to apply to. It's common with a Sony ID. Those who I mean, what is this? I mean, what is this supposed to? Am I missing something here? It says PlayStation 5 Pro 30th anniversary sales in Japan requirements. That's confusing. I'm confused with this one. Okay. Oh man, it is. Oh, they're not gonna let me read it. I gotta sign in. DA employee threatened to blow up Queens migrant shelter, police say. Oh, shoot. The employee, Derek Clever, told a witness that he was fed up with migrants partying at the shelter across from his apartment. My man said this is war. Yo, that's crazy. What if this is true, guys? The reason why I'm saying this, guys, because it's a slap in the face to my wife. It's a slap in the face to my wife. My wife is Japanese, okay? I thought I'd share that with you guys. She's Japanese. She had to go through that process to become a U.S. citizen. I've been part of many packages, U.S. citizen packages in the military. I'm just saying, if it's true that these individuals are here illegally, and they're getting all this money to live, you have to make that make sense. How's that fair to you as an American? How's that fair to you as an American? How? You bust your butt every single day to take care of your family. You go to work, you do your 9 to 5, you pay your taxes. How is that fair to you as an American? We're not talking about being humane right now. We're not talking about having a heart right now. We're talking about how is that fair to you? Can you look at that and say, hey, you know what? Let it happen. I get it. I understand that people wants to come over and live the American dream. The American dream. Okay? But this is not it. It's if this is true. Now, this is just one person speaking, saying, "Hey, there's migrants across the way, and in a shelter, and they're partying um, across from his apartment, and he is threatened to blow it up." Now, I don't condone that. I don't do that. Don't do that. But it's sad if this is happening, and it doesn't matter where. It doesn't have to be New York. If it's in other states where you have illegal immigrants, and I don't know. I don't know, man. I just don't know. We're just gonna have to wait and see.
Hotel, we have close to 5,000 migrants. If anything involving this hotel, I was helping run it. Everything ranging from doctor's visits to medication is paid for the migrants. Anything you can possibly think of, it's being given to them. Car seats, cribs for newborns. There's, I want to say, at least 2 to 3 babies a week being born at this hotel. The migrants being in those hotels have destroyed them. There's a lot of alcohol in these rooms. Housekeeping is there all week, and they'll clean it, and by the end of the night, there's kids getting drunk together. There's people hooking up with each other. There's multiple guns in these rooms as well. The alarming thing is that this hotel is meant to be a family hotel.
You were actually showing me some text messages between a social worker about a drunk 10-year-old in this hotel. Can you talk to us about what happened there?
Yeah, it was a drunk 10-year-old who was caught with a 14 and a 12-year-old, and all 3 of them were intoxicated. And when we looked them up in the system, the parents had checked out 2 days ago.
So their parents just left them there?
Yeah, the parents will leave the kids unattended in the hotel. We heard a security guard start yelling, there's a gun on site, there's a gun on site. It was probably an upset person that we had kicked out of the hotel. I myself have been assaulted. I've seen other people get assaulted. I've had threats saying, we'll be waiting for you guys outside. There's been times where staff has had to be, escorted to their cars, to their trains.
Because the migrants are threatening them.
Yeah. Often at times there was migrants causing chaos with shoplifting. The one instant where I showed you that video, aside from being caught shoplifting, they started getting physical. And a lot of the times it was, go calm the migrant down, get him inside the hotel. I've been doing this for 5 years. And in my 5 years, this has been the worst experience by far. The city of New York does not know what they're doing, and it's only going to get worse from here.
All right, well, I have a question for you. Do you know where this video came from? Has this video been vetted? The reason why I'm asking these questions because that what others would ask, and people would say, "Oh, this is staged," or blah blah blah. they're doing this to spew propaganda, to go against the Democrats and et cetera, blah, 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 blah. So, if this is true, man, this is crazy. This right here is just bananas. The thinker says they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, they're eating the pets. This is... I'm gonna see if I can find it, man. I think this is it here.
We start tonight with New York City at a potential breaking point. We have been following this story, as you know, for months. Tens of thousands of migrants arriving from Central and South America and West Africa, straining city resources. We got here tonight because of what the mayor said over the last 24 hours, and we want to walk you through all of this. The mayor saying the crisis, quote, will destroy New York City, unleashing his frustrations with a fury we haven't seen before, targeting the White House and governors, busing migrants to sanctuary cities, even calling the Texas governor, Greg Abbott, a madman. The White House responding tonight, defending their records, helping cities across the country. The crisis spilling into the largest school system in America. More than 1 million children returning to class today, with 20,000 new students from families seeking asylum. The school system getting another $110 million to the budget, but there are worries that resources will still be stretched to the limit. The city's shelter system stretched past its capacity this summer. At one point, more migrants in city shelters than homeless Americans. Some asylum seekers were able to get beds inside hotels, while others slept on the streets outside. Still, some parents are optimistic the city can handle the crisis. But now, more than ever, this issue spanning the border to cities thousands of miles away, and it's hitting close to home. NBC correspondent Valerie Castro has the story.
Let me tell you something, New Yorkers.
The migrant crisis taking on a new tone.
Never in my life have I had a problem that I did not see an ending to. I don't see an ending to this. I don't see an ending to this. This issue will destroy New York City. Destroy New York City.
Mayor Eric Adams escalating his frustration during a town hall meeting, revealing new fears as tens of thousands of asylum seekers continue to arrive in New York City.
110,000 migrants. We have to feed, clothe, house, educate the children, wash their laundry sheets, give them everything they need, health care. Month after month, I stood up and I said, this is going to come to a neighborhood near you. Well, we're here. We're here.
A drastic shift from the message Adams first had for incoming migrants.
Lady Liberty sits in our harbor. New York City is the welcoming mat for the entire globe.
For months, he's been pleading with the federal government for help, going so far as to blame them for the city's deteriorating supply of resources.
The national government has turned its back on New York City.
What he once dubbed as a political stunt by Texas Governor Greg Abbott became a new reality for the city.
We're getting 10,000 migrants a month.
A month?
One time we were just getting Venezuela. Now we're getting Ecuador. Now we're getting Russian-speaking coming through Mexico. Now we're getting Western Africa. Now we're getting people from all over the globe have made their minds up that they're going to come through the southern part of the border and come into New York City.
This bus terminal became the first welcome sign for migrants after hours-long journeys from Texas. But the mayor says to his frustration, they are still arriving by the busload.
Howard Malu was there when the first buses of migrants arrived.
We are on the ground. We've outlasted every city agency that has come in to the Port Authority, which is a disgrace.
A year later, he says the city's resources have been mismanaged and the responsibility now falling onto organizers like him.
Several months ago, we saw the city here with representatives welcoming the migrants with open arms, providing resources. At what point did you see that change?
So unfortunately, the migrants have been used as political pawns since day one. which is why you had so many city agencies and politicians popping their head in, because it was really popular. It was a way for them to show that they actually cared. But there was no real follow-through.
Hotels like the historic Roosevelt became intake shelters for migrants. The city says they quickly filled up, and the issue became a blame game between the mayor and local aid groups.
They're not looking at the migrants as human beings. They're looking at them as numbers. They're looking at them as a way to get more money from the federal government, and they're also using them for their own tactic, which is to deter more people from coming here to New York City.
Out of the more than 110,000 who have arrived, many of them are families. First-day jitters for the nearly 20,000 newly arrived children entering classrooms all across the city.
Nervios, pues puede haber por ahí un poco de nervios, pero me siento muy motivado.
It is the story of New York City. We don't treat people as outsiders. We welcome them with open arms.
Then take them to your house,
doing here.
Take them to your house, man.
Joins me now in
You
studio.
feed
I guess
them.
people may be watching this.
Oh my
And when you think about the fact that the mayor's a Democrat,
this is the problem,
governor of New York's a
man.
Democrat.
That is a huge problem when you have people who think like that. They think that it's just that easy. These are human beings that we're talking about. It's, oh, we welcome them with open arms. Are you serious? Dude, it's not, the process is not broken. It was never broken. It's the people running the system. It's people, human beings running the system. It's not broken. There's a process in place. And it's still working till this day, because there are people who are swearing in to become U.S. citizens that have gone through the process. It works. It's people and politics. But someone like myself, and you guys are seeing it firsthand, you're right there where it all is front and center, but they would think that you're crazy too. You're crazy. You guys are just being mean and your heart's in the wrong place. No. If that's the case, then you take these people and you feed them. You clothe them. You wash them. You set up health care for them. You make sure the kids get to school. They get the education that they need. You make sure they get the jobs that they need. I guarantee you, a lot of these people who make those comments wouldn't even freaking lift a finger. Wouldn't at all. Period. They'll tell you, oh, who are you to tell me what I would do? Do it then. If you care so much from what that guy just said, oh, we should be, take them to your house there. How many, I can guarantee you, if you ask that guy, how many immigrants do you have living in your home? Ask him. Not one. How many of those immigrants have you helped? Not one. I guarantee you, it's politics, man. So, shout out to New York, so we'll just sit back and wait and see how this is going to affect New York. It's already affected New York, right? Already has an impact on New York. So we'll see what this comes about. Elections are right around the corner. We'll see what happens. Says, I live in the BX. This is crazy out here. Mostly every hotel is, wow. Because, I mean, where are you going to put the people? I mean, where are you going to put them? Is the federal government going to set up tents and stuff? Camps? And that's sad that the city has to use their hotels that, you would want to go stay at when you, like, hey, when you're away from your house, we want to go stay here at a hotel, blah, blah, blah. You come to find out that, it's been occupied. Wow. It's madness, man. It's just, I'm just calling a spade a spade. It is what it is. It's based on what we see here and what's going on. It's not something that's made up. It's evident. It's right in front of people's eyes, and some people will still justify it. They will justify it. And then you know what they would do? What are you doing? All you doing is sitting here complaining. I can turn the logic right back on to them. Very simple and very easy. And it's not hard to do. That's why I'm laughing right now. Like, did you just really make that statement? You really made that statement? Okay. Cool. Amazing, man. I did not, you know what, to be honest with you guys, I did not want to believe that this was really, really happening until when you actually have people on the ground. Even whatever's going on with the mayor right now, then he's going to have to deal with that, right? That's not what this is about. This is about New York. This is about what's happening in New York right now. This is about how this ordeal is impacting New York negatively, and it's not cool. Because if they're providing these resources to the immigrants, then why can't you provide those same resources to our own? Some people say, well, the resources are available. All they got to do is get. Oh, man, because you don't see one politician stand up and run on that. Not one. Not one. And if they are doing it, they're only saying it. There is no action behind it. None. And then some people will ask me, dude, why are you not voting? Because it's bullshit. It's been bullshit for a very long time. It's been said on repeat for a very long time. It doesn't matter which aisle you sit on. They don't give two shits. They do not have your best interest at heart whatsoever. As long as they claim to get your vote so that they can get in power, you don't hear nothing else from them. They just come out and they say their little piece and then they go back. This whole bullshit of these presidents going to visit disaster areas, that shit has gotten old. I don't care about you visiting a freaking disaster. How about stand on what you ran on? How about that? Give me a reason to vote. The power of the vote will stay in my freaking pocket. Because yes, there are people who fought for me to have the right to vote, but not like this. This is a dog and pony clown show on both sides. Period. Grown ass adults going back and forth like freaking kids. Like kids. But none of them have done freaking, to me, to be honest, with anything. The last 4 years of my life hasn't improved. I still work. I still have a job. I have an obligation to take care of my family. I have a job. I have to work. Just like you guys, you have to work to take care of your families. But for some reason, we cannot voice our frustrations without getting thrown out. This is BS. These are the candidates that you vote for, but you cannot voice your frustration. Oh, but they would tell you then, well, wait 4 years and vote that person out. Why do I have to live 4 years of my life of this bullshit? That's BS. So am I going to vote? No. Am I going to vote Democrat? No. Am I going to vote Republican? No. Because they're rolling over in their graves right now. This is not what we fought for at all. This is BS. It's BS, period. That's how I see it. End of story. End of story. And then some people vote blindly. They don't even know the candidate. They listen to the candidate get up on freaking stage and spew that bullshit that's been done by the last freaking president and the president before that, the president before that. It's the same shit said on repeat. I'm sorry for my language, guys. Hopefully I don't get canceled. It's the same stuff said on repeat. It's just been tweaked here and tweaked there. They're saying it different. They have different freaking slogans. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's the divided states of America. When will we ever unite it? And they keep saying that united crap. No, we're not united. We're not. If we were united, we will not be going through what we're going through right now. Period. Period. So you can't sit here and tell me to my face that we're united. You can. But you, in your hearts to heart, you can't sit there and tell me that you believe that. You can't. But I pass no judgment, to each his own. I only say this is because I see this stuff and when I'm challenged. Okay? When I'm challenged, I'm coming at you. But everyone has the right to vote. If you want to go vote, go vote. You think that your vote counts at the end of the day? It really doesn't. To be honest with you, we still have the electoral college in place, where a lot of, even most of our generation don't even know about the electoral college. They don't. Even adults don't even freaking know anything about the electoral college and their purpose, and its purpose. A lot of people are not even educated to freaking knowing that each states have electoral votes. A lot of people were surprised when they woke up that day and, the night before, oh, freaking crap, Hillary got this. People went to bed, people did this and did that. Oh, we're going to have our first woman president to wake up the next day, Donald Trump, president of the United States. Make that make sense. It's to each their own. That is where I stand. That's where I'm rooted. My mind is not going to change. And when someone say that I'm part of the problem, if I don't vote, I'm going to turn the logic back on to you. Then you are part of the problem because you voted. Because we wouldn't be, because we're in the same situation, and we're gonna come back in another 4 years, have the same freaking conversation. Same conversation. And whoever that's gonna go up there up on the freaking stage are gonna be voting on, debating on bullshit. Oh, you this or you that. They blame the last person. You this or you that. Oh, this is what I'm gonna do for America. Why didn't you do it now? Why are you not doing it now? That makes no sense. Oh, we're gonna have this or we're gonna have that. Stop the madness, man. Stop it. Stop it. He says, I'm voting for Kamala simply because she has a hoo-ha. If you ever happen to go out and do a social experiment and ask people why they're voting for the candidate that they're voting for, just listen to the answers. Listen to the answers. I guarantee you, if you were to ask the question, have you read Kamala's or Donald Trump's bio? Do you know what they actually stand for? I can almost guarantee you. I'm gonna say this. Do you know how many stripes are on the American flag? I guarantee you 99.99% of people would not know. They would not know how many red stripes on the American flag. They would not know how many white stripes are on the American flag. But yet they stand up and they put their hand over their heart and they pledge allegiance to a fucking cloth. Excuse my language. Excuse my language. They pledge allegiance to a flag of the United States, which were not united, of America, from which it stands. One nation under God. One nation. What God are you talking about? Because this is not it. This is not it. I'm sorry, but this is. You can't tell me you worship an all-loving God and this is it. This is supposed to be love. All right, makes no sense to me. You have to make it make sense. I know I'm going on a rant, but this is crazy. This whole New York thing is crazy. This is also something that's happening in Chicago as well. Chicago had came out and pretty much said the exact same thing the mayor here said, that these migrants had come in and taken over like schools, buildings and stuff like that. They put them in, hotels and stuff, and they've been giving them all this money and stuff like that. And even some of the schools have been used as shelters. That I was like, dude, that's crazy. And they said they're following the money trail. They're going to end up in a deficit and they're going to have to do hiring freezes just like New York because you don't have the funding. How is New York going to handle this? This is crazy, man. This is crazy. So from here, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut and keep it moving until someone challenges me. Challenge me, let's go. Bring it. But this right here, this is not it. I just feel something's coming. Something's brewing right now. And some people say if Donald Trump gets in office, we're doomed. We're screwed. Some people say if Kamala gets in office, we have a chance. Vote for the lesser of the two evils. Even the Catholic Pope said it. Vote for the lesser of the two evils. I'm trying to wrap my brain around that one. How on God's green earth the actual Pope is going to tell Americans to vote for evil. It doesn't matter how less or how great it is. There's no way a man of God is going to tell Americans to vote for the lesser of the two evils. Vote for evil, period. Make that make sense. Oh, people will come at me and be like, dude, get out of here. Okay. Then I'm going to turn the logic back on you. I'm going to turn the logic back on you. I'm like, okay, do you condone evil? And if you tell me no, then that's the end of the conversation. It's the end of the conversation. If you don't allow evil, if you don't condone evil, then why would you accept from a supposed man of God to tell you to vote for the lesser of the two evils and you do it? Make that make sense. If you don't like someone lying to you, if you don't like lies, but you hear your candidate lie to your face, is stand up and lie to your face, but yeah. That's my guy. He has my vote. Okay. Got you. The hypocrisy is freaking real. It's real. Because this is freaking madness. Madness. So I hope New York gets it. I don't know. Maybe something will happen in New York to fix this issue. Not just New York, but other states as well. You know, when it comes to this migrant issue, I think it's caused more issues than we want as a country. It's just mind-boggling that we're here in this space at this very moment, and we're still talking about a border crisis. We're still talking about this migrant issue and what's been taking place. And again, like I said, it's a slap in the face to those who have gone through the process, which is working, and want to be here and be a part of that American dream, that pursuit of happiness, right? That liberty. I don't like when they say American experiment. That sounds laboratorious. That sounds like we're in a laboratory and they're experimenting on us as something. I just don't like the way that sounds. I don't know when we are as American people, or as a people, I don't even like the title, as a people will wake up and see it for what it is and say, hey, enough is enough. You know, we can't continue down this path here, because it's leading to something that we may not be able to come back from. Maybe we're already too far gone with it, but there's always hope, right? The scary part of it is that a lot of us have kids. There's some of us that gets it, right? But you're always going to have the ops. You're going to have those that's going to come against you and say this, and this, okay? You know, it's hard to, face that from time to time. I mean, it's as long as you show up prepared, you'll be fine, right? You'll be fine. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. Because when you do have your voice heard, it always gets overshadowed by that negative force. Whatever that negative force is, it's overshadowed. These so-called freedoms, to me, I think they're false freedoms. They're not real free, because you have to ask the person the question, what does freedom mean to you? Right? What does freedom actually mean to you? I think people just, I have the right to say what I want to say when I want to say it to whoever I want to say it, and then they expect no consequences to come out of that. So we have to. It's muddied. It's like a huge spider web of just the human race. I'm gonna leave it with this. The human race is capable of so much. We are. So many great things. It's greed, it's lust, it's those individuals, it's human beings. Some people will say they're aliens or clones or whatever you want to call. It's just people out there's human beings out there that are so attractive to those than actual love. Period. It's like broccoli versus pizza. Broccoli is supposed to be good for you, right? supposed to be good for you and healthy for you. But that pizza is delicious. And it's supposed to be not healthy for you. So they're gonna go out. We're gonna go after the pizza. Who's gonna want to eat broccoli? No one's gonna want to eat that, even though it's good for us and it's healthy for us. I'm gonna go after that pizza, and then once we get that pizza, ooh, it's so good, blah blah blah, and then now you're having all kinds of health issues. I just throw that out as an example. Narrow is the road to life. Broad is the road to destruction. That's how I see it. It's very evident. And I'm going to leave it at that, guys. So I thank you guys for stopping in and joining me on the Gaming Interactions podcast for today. And hopefully we can do more of these. Have more people in and chit-chat and talk. So shout out to D-Nice, the Thinker. I'm surprised you are still up, my brother. I'm about to go get some sleep, and it's going to be a long day tomorrow. God wills it, should be fun. Well, you guys have a blessed one. Stay up, and D-Nice continue to give me the news, man. And we'll see where things go from here. So it's going to be very, very interesting with this Diddy case and see how that plays itself out. And I'll see you guys in the next video on podcast. Take care, guys. Peace.